Live at Collectibles for Wednesday's live Facebook record sale. When you're on watching, be sure to let us know and go ahead and start sharing the feed. And we're about to get rolling here, so let me find where we're live. Where are we? Where are we live? And let's see here. Here we go. Collectibles. Looks like we're live on Facebook. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know by sending us a comment, and that really helps us out. It says, okay, we're live. So let's share it there and here. Oh, what did I just do? I don't know if I just shared it into a group. Well, I don't know what I just did. Let me click there and here. So welcome everybody. Great show tonight. 4 crates of new vinyl, 4 crates of new vintage, 45s, Beatles, Rolling Stones, and other music collectibles and books. Wow, it's a lot. I've basically prepared 2 nights for this one night, and it's just Wednesday. So everybody's ready for everything you're about to see tonight. So it's about to get crazy. No, I just ordered some more. All right, let's click here, Chad Williams, and let's click on share. Oh man, I got a message back, Paul Beal. I just saw where he commented on something. All right, now so massive live Facebook sale tonight. Hope everybody's ready. I've already had one thing of caffeinated energy mix, high octane stuff, and we're about to even work on some more. So let me post this, and I'm going to put, we are live now. All right, now we're also streaming on YouTube. First, make sure you've hit the thumbs up button. We did a really good job the other night. The post had over 100 likes, and like I said, if we could get everybody that hops on for just a second to hit the like button, that really helps us out with our algorithm. So if you haven't already, just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button on both the Facebook and the YouTube video, depending on where you're watching. And if you can, go ahead and share it. We would greatly appreciate that. Even if you don't have a lot of friends, sharing helps the algorithm. Even if you click the button that says share, I've been told that helps the Facebook algorithm too. That says, all right, somebody likes this post, and enough that they're going to share it, let's show it to more people. So that really helps us out. We unfortunately have to pay money pretty much to advertise on Facebook, and so if you ever can use out by doing a free share, that's like giving us like $5 or something. Imagine you're just giving a kindly contribution anytime you hit the thumbs up button on Facebook or YouTube. So we're going to go straight into it with new vinyl. There's some big pre-orders that come in, like all the Matchbox 20s, the Black Sabbath box sets, Fleetwood Mac. Here's the other Matchbox 20s. This crate here is plumb full of new vinyl. Did we get the sheets out of the printer? That is. And then I got some I got to read off my phone. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and start sharing the feed. Start sharing the feed. Start liking it. Start commenting. You can say hello, hi, thank you, good night. And that really helps us out. So Tanner's got us the sheets. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get one of our first auctions started. I do have some 45s to auction. I've got some albums to auction. So one of the first 45s we're going to do, and I've got some albums. I got plenty of Japanese stuff. Let me go get that crate behind the counter too. But I'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and do this right here. Where are you going with that crate? That's some stuff we've already been through, but if you saw something he's interested in, I can bring it back over. But our first auction tonight is going to be a $5 start. It's Tom Petty. It's called Change of Heart. The vinyl is Near Mint Minus. The B-side, the flip side of that was Heartbreakers Beach Party. That's a Tom Petty on red vinyl. It's Near Mint, and that's a $5 start. $5 start. That's our first auction tonight. Tom Petty, 7-inch single there on red vinyl. Okay, let's go ahead and show one of our first new releases for this week. Another new Rocktober. First time this has been out for the Rocktober releases. This is Mystery to Me, Fleetwood Mac. There was a pre-order for Fleetwood Mac Mystery to Me. This is new Rocktober 50th anniversary. This album has hit 50 years old. That is on Ocean Blue Vinyl. Ocean Blue Vinyl, Rocktober, Fleetwood Mac, $29.99. The pre-order for that was Shepard Michael, Scott Sneed, Joe Valente, Jerry Stone, Beverly Fultz, Sherry Darnell, and Cynthia Herdren. So that was a pre-order for that. Shepard Michael, Scott Sneed, Joe Valente, Jerry Stone, Beverly Fultz, Sherry Darnell, and Cynthia Herdren. And that's Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. New Rocktober exclusive on Blue Vinyl, $29.99. Another new Rocktober exclusive, and I think for the first time, for the first time ever on vinyl, if you like Matchbox 20, we've got 3 different albums tonight, first time ever on vinyl. Consider these OG pressings. Matchbox 20 North, first ever vinyl standalone pressing on white colored vinyl, featuring the chart-topping smash featuring She's So Mean. Matchbox 20 is $29.99. Matchbox 20, that album is called North. That one's called North. There was a pre-order for North as well. Christopher Morris, Bill Walton, Kristen Seam, Lily McCurry, Walt Cruz, Marsha French, Richard Davis, Brandon Jackson, Chris Kirkley, and Kara Bauer. And that's Matchbox 20 North. So there's Fleetwood Mac, there's Matchbox 20, and this is another new release on colored vinyl. This is Automatic for the People by REM, and this is on Indie Store exclusive yellow vinyl, $36.99. I was late to post that pre-order, but a couple people did see it, and that was Bill Walton and Michael O'Brien. I've got you down for an REM, and that's on yellow colored vinyl. That's the 1992 multi-platinum album. $36.99 on yellow vinyl. That's REM Automatic for the People. By the way, we do have a bid on Tom Petty. G. Michaels at $5 on the red vinyl Tom Petty Change of Heart. That's going once, going twice to him. If anybody else wants in on Tom Petty, the red vinyl 45, it's at $5, going once, going twice. Got a restock of this. I don't think I've had it since the original week it came out, and we sold out. This is Black Sabbath Live Evil. This album is not in a print any other way except this box set, and this box set was the first time it was ever released. And it has a remix and the original mix, and the remix is really good. Ronnie James Dio Live of Black Sabbath. That's a 4 LP box. It has a 40-page book, and that is $99.99. I own one myself. Really good record. Really good sounding record, too. $99.99 on Black Sabbath. First sale of the night is Fleetwood Mac. That goes to Fred Carnell. We got 2 new bidders on Tom Petty. We had a $6 bid, a $7 bid, and now an $8 bid with G. Michael Toynton. Also, we have a random restock of Forrest Gump. I just got one of them. I don't know if I ordered that on purpose or it was just like a random back order, but that is the classic Forrest Gump soundtrack, $36.99. Let me see if I have any more over here. I guess that's the only one I have in stock. Wow. That's the only one I have in this store, which is incredible because that's one of Collectco's all-time staples. That is the Forrest Gump soundtrack, 2 LP, and that is 32 tracks of greatness. It's like the history of pop and American culture music from about the late 50s up through the mid-70s. Forrest Gump, $36.99. Just like the movie, an incredible work, $36.99. Paul Brothers wants an REM and a Matchbox 20. That's sold to Paul Brothers, REM and Matchbox 20. Also, we have Tom Petty, G. Michaels at $8. Henry Pardidez is out, and that's on red vinyl. That's a 7-inch single. That's our first auction tonight. That's now a final call to G. Michael for $8 on the Tom Petty. If you want in, now's the time. How much was Mystery to Me? That's a Rocktober title, $29.99. Kenny Cates Jr. wants a Forrest Gump. Let's go ahead and make a sticky note that I need to order more. I'm going to go ahead and get 4 or 5 of those to keep around the store because I always convince people that's a great Christmas gift. I don't want to start talking about Christmas vinyl yet, not actually like Christmas music, but closer and closer to Christmas, you'll be hearing me say, hey, if you want a Christmas idea, if you know somebody that has a turntable, you can never go wrong with the Forrest Gump soundtrack, even if they already have one. Okay, Eagles, this is their greatest hits. It's technically a box set because it has Volume 1 and Volume 2. You can't see the cover to Volume 2 because they got this decal on the back, but that is the Eagles' greatest hits, Volume 1 and Volume 2. All the Eagles music you would need, unless you want the deep cut studio albums or the deep cuts off the studio albums. But that's $46.99. And that's Volume 1 and 2 Greatest Hits. We did get a restock of Scorpions Taken by Force. Scorpions is $36.99. Scorpions is $36.99. That's Taken by Force. That's on colored vinyl. That's 180 gram in a soft touch sleeve. There was somebody waiting for one of those. Jerry Stone was on a waiting list. I got 2 more, and that's the Scorpions Taken by Force. They've done a reissue of their catalog on colored vinyl, and this is one of them, $36.99. All right, we pulled Forrest Gump. Stacey Metternich wants that Eagles box. And let's go ahead and sell this first Let's go ahead and sell this first, Tom Petty. This is Change of Heart. Tom Petty, Change of Heart. That's sold for $8 to Henry Pardidez. That's sold to Henry Pardidez for $8. MC5 test press. I will run that a little bit closer to 8 o'clock, Ray. That will be ran a little bit closer to 8 o'clock. Okay, we have Matchbox 20. Another new Matchbox 20 that's more than you think you are. Matchbox 20, more than you think you are. He says, wasn't me. Excuse me. Henry was out. That's actually sold to G. Michael Toynton. G. Michael Toynton on that. $8. Yes, Jake. $8 on that. Okay. Matchbox 20, more than you think you are. Once again, first time ever on vinyl. That's 2 LP Rocktober on purple vinyl. That's Matchbox 20, more than you think you are. The pre-order for that was Stacy Brown, Walt Cruz, Richard Davis, Brandon Sanders, Chris Kirkley, Marsha French, Bill Walton, Kara Bauer, Christopher Morris, Kristen Seaman, Lillian McCurry. That's new and sealed. That's a 2 LP on purple vinyl, $38.99. 2 LP on purple vinyl, $38.99. What happened to my laptop? Is that it, or did I take it somewhere? Over here. Okay, yeah, I need that in just a second. I'm also going to go ahead and grab some of our new Japanese auctions. So let me set this over here. I'm going to need it in just a second to read off some of these pre-orders, and I have my phone to do that too. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get a new auction started. Let's go ahead and get a new auction started. I've got lots of really cool 45s. Some y'all have seen, some you haven't seen. And then I've got some Japanese pressings, and I've also got some stuff that Paul had set aside too that we're supposed to auction. So I'll get some of that going in just a second. First, let me go ahead and show the restock of Megadeth, Rust in Peace. That's new and sealed Megadeth, Rust in Peace. Those are $38.99. Megadeth, Rust in Peace, $38.99 for that. Man, we got some really incredible collectibles over here. Beatles stuff, toys, DVDs. We got hundreds and hundreds of books. It's probably going to take us all week to show the books a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time, we're probably going to show the books, but very extensive collection of books we got in. Okay, our next auction is going to be an Aerosmith, an OG pressing, 1973 Pittman press. Now, we get these not that often with this original cover from 1973. The vinyl's in VG Plus condition. We're going to get that started for $25, and that's Aerosmith. And, of course, it's not the misprint. There is a misprint on here that says Walk in the Dig. It's not that version. Those are very hard to find, but that is an OG copy. 73 with that first cover, VG Plus condition, $25 start. Also about a VG Plus cover. A lot of people's always looking for that one. Okay, Steve Cropper. We've had some of his autographs lately. This is actually a reissue of a very popular album he had out called With a Little Help from My Friends. The Telecaster Masterclass album is back. This is $29.99. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legend, 69 solo debut, newly cut from the original analog tapes. And that is $29.99. That's Steve Cropper with a little help. I've had that before, but it's been a long time. That's a new analog cut reissue. Cinderella live. Live Cinderella. That's live at the Key Club, $33.99. That's on marble purple splatter vinyl. That's on marble purple splatter vinyl. Cinderella live at the Key Club, $33.99. And Nirvana Bleach. Nirvana Bleach is $28.99 for Nirvana Bleach, $28.99. That's a remastered, once again, Nirvana's debut album, remastered from the original tapes from Sub Pop, $28.99. We do have a bid on Aerosmith for $25 with Bailey Rice. Bailey Rice is at $25 on the Aerosmith. That's the 73 Pittman Preston VG Plus condition. That's going once, going twice to Bailey. Kevin Kubina wants a Nirvana Bleach. That's sold to Kevin Kubina. And we did get a restock of the very popular Rocktober Bad Company 10 from 6. This is a Bad Company's Greatest Hits, $29.99. Bad Company's Greatest Hits is called 10 from 6. The waiting list for that was Scotty Hopps, C. Michael Nath, and John Duran. C. Michael Nath, Scotty Hopps, and John Duran. You was on a waiting list. That's clear vinyl, and that's a Bad Company, essentially a Greatest Hits, 10 from 6. It's an original album that they had out, $29.99. Tony Shore wants a Megadeth. Rust in Peace, that's so to Tony Shore. Final call on the Aerosmith. If you're a first-time viewer or a first-time buyer, welcome. It's very easy. If you want to bid on any of these auctions we're going to have tonight, first here is Aerosmith. That's their self-titled debut album, VG Plus condition, cover and vinyl. $25 bid with Bailey Rice. That's a final call for $25. Final call. Pearl Jam is $31.99. Pearl Jam Versus, one of my favorites. It's a gatefold single LP, $31.99. Great music on here like Rearview Mirror, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, Daughter, Glorified, Dissident, Go. That's $31.99. That's Pearl Jam Versus, their second album, $31.99. And this is a new release. Your Turn to Remember Uriah Heep, a definite anthology, 1970 to 1990. Uriah Heep. That's a 2-track, a 2 LP, 25-track anthology, greatest hits, limited edition yellow vinyl. Uriah Heep. That is $39.99. Your Turn to Remember Uriah Heep, $39.99. This is also a new release. Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, the greatest hits of Kenny Loggins. That's an RTI pressing, $74.99, and that's on orange vinyl, I believe. I believe that's on orange vinyl. Kenny Rogers, that's a new Friday Music audiophile pressing, $74.99, the greatest hits of Kenny Loggins. Chris Bijak is the new high bidder on Aerosmith for $26. So Bailey Rice, you've been outbid. I was just about to sell that. There's been a new bid for $26. There has been a new bid for $26. So let me know if you want back in on that. And we have Bailey Rice is out. So that's a final call for $26. Haven't had this in a while. This is the Beatles 27 number ones, $54.99. And this is one of the definite Beatles collections. Actually, one of their, when this album came out, if y'all remember, it was a huge deal back in 2015. Massive compilation of all the Beatles' great works. This is $54.99. It has 27 number one hits, and it's actually missing 2 songs off here. I think it was Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever. Yeah, Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever was on the same 45. And I think technically they were both number one, but it was a weird deal. So they omitted Strawberry Fields from here, and then there was another track. I was just watching a video about this. Pretty incredible, though. 27 number one hits, $54.99, the Beatles. It's an awesome compilation. And I think She Loves You. You know, She Loves You's on here. I forgot what the other one was, but very interesting and very thorough compilation there of the Beatles, $54.99. And this is actually new. It's a new repressing on red vinyl of Friday Music, the Lost Boys soundtrack. Friday Music, the Lost Boys soundtrack, red vinyl, $39.99. All right, so new bid on Aerosmith. Brent Ribley's at $27. Chris is at $28. Paul Brothers wants the Kenny Loggins. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Kenny Loggins was on pre-order for Kenny Loggins. No, I did not post a pre-order for this, Troy, unless that was one you messaged us about. If so, I'll get you one. Christopher Morris wants the Beatles number one. Brent Ribley's at $30 on Aerosmith. How much does the Uriah Heep? That's Uriah Heep Anthology, $39.99. The Uriah Heep Anthology, $39.99. And Aerosmith is now at $31. Okay, I got some really cool 45s to auction. Some that you've seen before, some that you've never seen before, because I've never seen them before. I'll get started on some of those in just a second. I'm getting them ready right now as we speak. We got an Aerosmith up for auction. Let me go ahead and recap this first crate. I got a lot of really cool and interesting Beatles collectibles. I got to bring those a little bit closer to me. But our next auction here is the Dead Kennedys. This is the Dead Kennedys, recorded in Satellite County, September 13th, 1982, German import. This is the Dead Kennedys, $45 start. $45 start, Dead Kennedys, a skateboard party. And that's a live in Satellite County, September 13th, 1982. Near mint minus vinyl, very clean. The Dead Kennedys is a $45 start. And I'm assuming that is an unofficial, says made in Germany. All rights reserved for Dead Kennedys and alternative tentacles. It may not be a unofficial. Paul didn't mark it was, but that's the Dead Kennedys, a skateboard party. That's a $45 start. $45 start. All right, let me recap this first bin of new vinyl. We had a new Rocktober. This was Fleetwood Mac, A Mystery to Me, $29.99. Fleetwood Mac, A Mystery to Me, $29.99. Also Matchbox 20 North. Matchbox 20 North, that's $29.99, white colored vinyl. So this is a Rocktober exclusive we had a pre-order up for, and this is the first time on vinyl, Matchbox 20, $29.99. REM, new indie exclusive anniversary edition on colored vinyl, $36.99. Black Sabbath Live Evil Super Deluxe box set, $99.99. The Scorpions, Taken by Force, $36.99. Another new Matchbox 20, More Than You Think You Are. That one's $38.99 on purple vinyl, Matchbox 20. Megadeth, one copy left of Rust in Peace, $38.99. Steve Cropper, With a Little Help from My Friends, new analog cut, $29.99 for Steve Cropper. Cinderella, Live at the Key Club, $33.99. Nirvana Bleach is $28.99. And Bad Company, that's a clear vinyl compilation, 10 from 6, $29.99. Thomas O'Brien on Rust and Peace, that's sold to Thomas O'Brien. Next is Pearl Jam Versus, $31.99. The new Uriah Heep anthology on yellow vinyl, $39.99. And the Lost Boys soundtrack on red vinyl, $39.99. Kenny also wants a Megadeth. Kenny, I only had 2 copies tonight, and that was my last one. But let me know if you're okay with a waiting list, because obviously I've got to order more. Aerosmith, this is an OG 73 Pittman press. VG Plus condition was at 33, 35, 36, 39, and now 40. And the Dead Kennedys looking for a $45 start. A Skateboard Party looking for a $45 start on that. $45 start. Let's go through some new vintage stuff. Paul was here today. John had the day off, so we've got 4 crates of Paul Madness. I have 4 crates of new vinyl, and I have all kinds of incredible other stuff. Our first crate here is going to be new check condition stuff that Paul has marked for us. I worked on a lot of these 45s. Some of them I have ready. Some of them I don't have ready. The ones I don't have ready will probably, they're going to be auctioned anyway, a lot of them. But we got some really cool new vintage stuff here. Ryan Christie wants a Uriah Heep. I figured at least one person would want those. And the backstage passes. Probably not going to do any of the backstage passes tonight for 2 reasons. One, I hadn't told anybody when we're selling those. And number 2, I don't have any of them really ready. I was going to put them in some kind of sleeve and really get them ready. They're just all loose in that envelope the way I found them in the back. So this is sold to Ryan Christie, and let's put down Troy Robinson for a Kenny Loggins Greatest Hits Friday Music. Let's also put Christopher Morris down on a Forrest Gump waiting list, and let's make sure Kenny Case Jr. is on the waiting list for Megadeth. So Brent Robley's out on Aerosmith. Chris B. Jack has that for $40. That's a final call. I'm going to go ahead and say a final call if you want to be at 45 on Dead Kennedys before I make that a buy now. Let's go ahead and start showing some new vintage arrivals. We have John Coltrane, Interstellar Space. That's a good start. EX condition, $54.99, and that is a 1980 US underrated. Paul says underrated. $54.99. I almost said it's underrated. I like the name of the album. It's John Coltrane, Interstellar Space, EX condition, $54.99, 1980 US pressing. All right, let's go ahead and sell Aerosmith for $40, and let's go ahead and make Dead Kennedys a $45 buy now. I think Mike Massey was just a hair early, but let's see if he's actually on time with this one. I think I already did a final call. He's probably waiting for that actually to be a buy now that first time. So, all right, that is Aerosmith. That is sold to Chris B. Jack for $40. We have Forrest Gump, Chris B. Jack on John Coltrane. That's sold to Chris B. Jack. And he says, Paul Brother says, go ahead and give the Kenny Loggins to Troy Robinson, and he'll go on the waiting list. So we'll reverse that. And Mike Massey was very lucky. He was first again. Eddie Pasturi, you was a close second. Tanner, that was a $45 buy now. All right, I've got a couple pretty rare, or I don't like throwing around the word rare too much, but these are pretty tough to get. These are red vinyl promo copies. The first one we're going to do is the Doors. These are from Columbia. They're on red vinyl. They're white label promos. And as you can tell, it was probably at a radio station. I don't know why they would put the year, but they definitely dated it when they received it, November 10th, 1965. And that's the Doors red vinyl, Turn, 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 To Everything There's a Season. That's a double-sided red vinyl promo. That is going to be a $55 start. That's red vinyl. OG, one of the probably the first pressings of that track off any kind of stampers in the United States. Turn, Turn, Turn. Went on to be a major song of the decade, of the entire era. That's the Byrds, and that's a $55 start. That's the Byrds, $55 start. Did I say the Doors? I meant the Byrds. Okay. Let me go over here and bring this card a little bit closer. Sorry, I got to be careful what I say. There's people watching me like hawks. Yes, I know the difference between the Byrds and the Doors. Believe me, that is the Byrds. That's on red vinyl. That's a $55 start. Very cool. I'm going to actually, Tanner, bring this closer to me because I got to walk around the cart every time. I'm going to just bring it a little bit closer. I got to start taking some stuff out of these tubs. And so, yeah, there's our first auction, 45 auction. That's a $55 start. Very cool. Okay, next is, all right, so that's a $55 start. Let's go ahead and go back through this. We have, this is Juice WRLD, Legends Never Die, VG Plus condition, $14.99. Juice World Legends Never Die VG Plus condition $14.99. So these are new, vintage, as marked, and they're priced as the condition, or they're marked for the condition that I'm saying. So if I say VG Plus, that's the grade, and then I'll tell you the price. It's a first come, first serve. Like that is sold to Troy Robinson, Juice World. Sorrows Teenage Heartbreak EX condition $14.99. Sorrows Teenage Heartbreak EX condition $14.99. Face the Panic, the Reclamation. That's EX condition, $11.99, and that's a 2007 hardcore record, $11.99. I called Kenny Loggins Kenny Rogers. Yeah, there's no telling. I'm all hopped up on caffeine. There's no telling what I'm going to say. So the Birds, one more time, $55 start on that, red vinyl, and that's a white label promo. Very cool. I've done a lot of some of these are they don't come up for often. The other one I have tonight really hadn't sold in like 2 years. Very hard to find some of these turn up. Ultimate Spinach, this is VG Plus, $39.99. This is a 1968 MGM press, Ultimate Spinach, VG Plus condition, $39.99. Ultimate Spinach. Also, we have the Best of Joe Walsh, EX condition, $17.99. The Best of Joe Walsh, EX condition, $17.99. Great track listing. EX is very close to EX Plus or near mint minus, which means this is going to be a very nice record. Just has a couple marks keeping it from being an extremely nice record. Fleetwood Mac self-titled, EX condition on this, $24.99. It also has the lyric insert with it, EX condition, $24.99. It also has the lyric insert with it, $24.99. Sarah Long is going to take the Joe Walsh, and I'm going to go ahead and make the Birds 45 a buy it now for $55 if anybody wants that. The Birds 45 is a $55 buy it now if anybody wants that. The next 45 I have is the Doors Light My Fire. This is the OG label, first label and OG pressing of this. It's around an EX condition. As you can see, it's very glossy, and that's the Doors Light My Fire. Look how nice that is. That's the first label for this release. One of the first singles by the Doors as well. Light My Fire. It's on that early Elektra label, the first Elektra label that was released on here in the United States. And that is going to be a $20 start. $20 start, and that's the Doors Light My Fire. Very clean. It's a solid EX condition. 1967, the Doors, $20 star. Micah Santo, first on Fleetwood Mac. That's sold to Micah Santo. Also, New Thing at Newport, John Coltrane and Archie Shepp. EX condition, $27.99. That's a 1980 Gloversville press. EX condition, $27.99 on that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show a couple Beatles collectibles here. So if y'all have noticed, we got a whole half of a store to fill up now. We've done some major rearranging in our store, so we're really trying to knock out a lot of these collectibles we have here at the store. I'm going to show a lot of stuff tonight as a buy it now, just like Kiss Night or any other night we do this stuff. Same thing, first come, first serve, and it goes in with your order for $7 and limited shipping. This is the Beatles. It's a die-cast bust, Love Me Do, $24.99. The Beatles album cover die-cast collectible bust. That's $24.99, and this is $74.99. $74.99. This is the Beatles Yellow Submarine John Premium Motion Statue. That is $74.99. That's the Yellow Submarine, $74.99. That is from Shake'ems Factory Entertainment, Yellow Submarine, $74.99. That's John Premium Motion Statue. So James Rayner wants the Beatles bus, and that's sold. And if anybody wants the John Lennon, those Yellow Submarine collectibles, very desirable. That's $74.99. Very cool John Lennon statue there. That's $74.99. All right, back up to the top. We have Chris B. Jack wants the John Coltrane, and we have the Doors is at $24 of G.C. Colleton, $24. And we're not on Wi-Fi. We have an Ethernet connection, so we're straight into Ethernet. G.C. Colleton's at $24 on the Doors, going once, going twice. Avril Lavigne? How do you say her first name? Avril Lavigne. Under My Skin. I think I said it right that time. 2017 EX condition, $27.99. EX condition, $27.99. Rita Marley, one draw. Also featured That's the Way. Rita Marley's in EX condition, $14.99 for Rita Marley. And we have Reggae Greats, Pablo Moses. EX condition, $27.99. Reggae Greats, Pablo Moses has the original inner sleeve, $27.99. How do we accept PayPal? We send you an invoice, and you can pay with a credit or debit card. If you have a credit or debit card, then you can send us payment. There is a way you can set it up to pay us in PayPal, but really, if you have a credit or debit card, you can pay us. How often do you get dead Kennedys? We just sold one a moment ago. Sherry Darnell's at 28 on the doors. Craig Ruth wants Avril Lavigne. That is sold to Craig Ruth. And we have the Royal Rosses. That is Humanity, another reggae record here. VG Plus condition, $31.99, and that's a 1979 UK copy. All right, so we got a new bid on the doors. Sherry Darnell's at $28. GC Colleton was at $24. That's going once, going twice. Paul, I'll think about that. I'm going to keep everything buy it now prices, and then a little bit later tonight, I'll consider that, or I'll let you know. Dead Guy, fixation on a coworker, as performed by Dead Guy. An original 1995 U.S. pressing hardcore metal, EX condition, $59.99. Sherry Darnell has the Doors 45 at $28. Cannonball Adderley, Big Man, The Legend of John Henry. That is EX condition, $17.99, and that's on the promo label. Cannonball Adderley, Big Man, The Legend of John Henry, and that is a promotion copy, not for sale, on the Fantasy Jazz label. EX condition, $17.99. EX condition, $17.99. The Rolling Stones Goathead Soup, a 1973 press well with original inner sleeve and insert. VG Plus condition, $42.99. VG Plus condition, $42.99, and that is the Rolling Stones Goathead Soup. The Rolling Stones Goathead Soup. I got a few DVDs here. Let me grab the next stack of stuff here. We'll get those ready in just a second. Final call on the Doors 45. We have Sticks and Stones Theme Song for Nothing, an original 1993 U.S. pressing with a sticker and lyric book. EX condition, $36.99. Sticks and Stones. EX condition, $36.99. Theme Song for Nothing. Original 1993 U.S. with sticker and lyric book. $36.99. Journey's Greatest Hits, VG Plus condition, $39.99. That's an OG Journey's Greatest Hits. Usually we have the reissues from Music on Vinyl or the RTI pressings. That's the OG VG Plus condition, $39.99. Journey's Greatest Hits. Cheap Trick, this is Lap of Luxury. Cheap Trick is in EX condition, $27.99. That has the original inner sleeve. Cheap Trick, EX condition, gold stamp promo on the back, $27.99. Noiseworks, that's EX, $12.99. Let's go ahead and sell this to Sherry Darnell for $28. That's sold to Sherry Darnell for $28. I have a very unique Eagles Tequila Sunrise 45 here. This is the Eagles Tequila Sunrise. Let me show this to you. Give me 1 second. Get it here. Here it is. Okay. So the Eagles Tequila Sunrise, this is actually a Portugal pressing. Very unique. So a lot of 45s, if you're a collector of any kind of artist, whether it be the Eagles or the Beatles or anybody, usually there's some really cool and unique picture sleeves that were made overseas and in foreign countries that wasn't released in the United States. And this is an example. So this picture sleeve is unique to Portugal. And this is the Eagles 21 and Tequila Sunrise. Very, very cool. That's going to be a $20 start. The vinyl's very clean, EX Plus near mint minus, and the picture sleeve. There's a little bit of writing here. It looks like somebody wrote some kind of number. It says 505. It looks like 50,000 written in pencil there on the cover. But that's the Eagles Tequila Sunrise, and that's a $20 start in the original Portugal picture sleeve. That's from Portugal. $20 start on that. I know me looking for Led Zeppelin and Yes 45s, some of those get very difficult to find. One, they don't come up too often for sale. And two, when you look for them, they're not usually in the United States. For example, there's only one of these active on Discogs. There's only one of these active on Discogs. It's in Portugal, and after shipping from Portugal, even if you get it, if you're lucky enough for it to actually get to you, it's over $40 right now. So that's the Eagles Tequila Sunrise. So if these actually do come up for sale, they're usually in a foreign country. So it takes a lot of collectors years to track those down and actually get them into their collections. But same way with the bands I collect. So the Eagles is at $20. We have VG Plus $49.99. This is VG Plus $49.99. And what do we have here? This is, I've got a figure 33 maybe, a 1994 US VG Plus $49.99. Paul's threw me a curveball here. That's a VG Plus $49.99. Also, this is Crooklyn Clan meets DJ Cool. That's EX condition, $9.99. Crooklyn Clan meets DJ Cool, EX $9.99. And Jefferson Starship Red Octopus, that's a VG condition, $9.99. Let me show a couple DVDs. This is really cool. This is The Tomorrow Show, Tom Snyder's Electric Kool-Aid Talk Show, Grateful Dead. That is sealed, $9.99. The Tomorrow Show, Tom Snyder's Electric Kool-Aid Talk Show, that is sealed, $9.99. Lightning in a Bottle, A One-Night History of the Blues. These are sealed DVDs. Looks like that's a live concert. History of the Blues, Lightning in a Bottle, $6.99. That's sealed. The Beatles Diary DVD, that's opened. Very nice though, $6.99. This is a Rock Icons DVD from Guitar World. It's actually Santana, $9.99. It's a book and a 10-track CD from Santana. That's $9.99. Bill Wyman of the Stones, Bill Wyman's Rhythm Kings in Concert. That's $9.99. And The Beatles, Their Golden Age. That is a sealed DVD, The Beatles, Their Golden Age, $6.99. Yes, we got an autographed Dave Mason Traffic 45. The Eagles was at 2021. The Journey was in VG Plus condition, $39.99. Journey's Greatest Hits. The Eagles is at 25, 27, 31. Christopher Nagy wants The Tomorrow Show. That is sold to Christopher Nagy, that DVD. And Stephen A. Young wants Tom S. And I'm pretty sure that was the Tom Snyder, Electric Kool-Aid Talk Show. So we still got the Lightning in a Bottle, the Beatles Diary, the Santana, Bill Wyman's Rhythm Kings, and the Beatles, Their Golden Age. Those are all still available if anybody wants those. Okay, back to this bin. We have Moth the Hoople. That's in VG Plus condition, $14.99. VG Plus condition, $14.99 for Moth the Hoople. Jefferson Starship price. That's in VG condition, $9.99. VG condition, $9.99. John Luke Ponte, Imaginary Voyage, VG Plus, $9.99. Calvin, let me know if you want back in on the Eagles. Brent Ribley has that for $31. Kenny Case Jr. wants the Blues DVD. That's sold to Kenny Case Jr. Got all kinds of stuff from the Pittsburgh collection, the South Carolina collection. We've had stuff tubbed up and boxed up forever. We marked a lot of stuff last night. Wait till you see all the books. I don't know if we'll even get to those tonight. Kenny got the Blues DVD. Chris Vargas on Jefferson Airplane. That is, or I think you mean Starship, but same thing, pretty much. We'll sell that to Chris Vargas. Sherry Darnell wants the Santana CD book, and that leaves the two Beatles DVDs and the Bill Wyman. I figured one of our stone buyers would already be after that, and there is Santana, and that is sold to Sherry Darnell. Okay, and we have Catfish Hodge. That's in VG Plus condition, $9.99. Catfish Hodge Soap Opera. Catfish Hodge is soap opera. And then, Paul, there's two different Beatles DVDs. Let me know which one you want, or you can have both of them. There's the Beatles Diary or the Beatles Golden Age. The Beatles Diary or the Beatles Golden Age. Or you can have both. The Bill Wyman is $9.99. Keith Sweat, I'll Give All of My Love to You. VG Plus, $17.99. And we have Bob Dylan and the Band. VG Plus, $24.99. Bob Dylan and the Band, VG Plus, $24.99. All right, so the Eagles, this is a Portugal Tequila Sunrise, very unique picture sleeve from the Eagles. Tequila Sunrise from Portugal, very clean. Brent Ribley has that for $31, and that's about to be a final call. Paul Brothers wants the Golden Age DVD for the Beatles, the one that was sealed, and that is sold to Paul Brothers. Next is Troy Robinson on Keith, and Anthony Hammond's You Were Second. Horselips, Aliens, VG Plus condition, $9.99. Monk, Thelonious Monk, VG Plus condition, $19.99. Very strange bin. Of course, Paul marked them. When Paul marks a bin, you're going to get jazz, rock, soul, pop, spoken word, hardcore, metal, psych, and classic rock all in the same bin. There's going to be a wild variety of craziness in here. When You're in Love, The Whole World is Jewish. VG Plus condition, $9.99. And David Hoy wants Monk. Yes, all the DVDs, most of these are pretty much unplayed or they're sealed. They're pretty much unplayed or they're sealed. But like the Bill Wyman, yes, it's very nice. It looks like it's brand new. That's $9.99. Bill Wyman's Rhythm Kings. And we still got the Beatles Diary, the Beatles Driver and Road Manager. He was the Beatles driver and road manager from 64 to 66. That is $6.99 on that. Jimi Hendrix, The Sky is Crying, VG Plus condition, $27.99. Sky is Crying. And we have Mad Magazine presents Up the Academy. That is VG Plus, $17.99. Up the Academy. Mad Magazine presents. Let's go ahead and sell the Eagles 45. That's sold to Brent Robley for $31. Tequila Sunrise. Brent's also going to get the Bill Wyman DVD. That's sold to Brent Robley. Next is Journey's Greatest Hits. That was $39.99. An OG VG Plus condition, $39.99. Jetstream wants the Mad Magazine record. That's sold to Jetstream. And we have Yusef Lateef and Hush and Thunder. EX condition, $17.99. Now, one of the next very tough to get 45s we have is Simon & Garfunkel's Sound of Silence. This is going to be another $55 start. Now, this record, one, hasn't sold on Discogs since late last year, pretty much a year ago. It's pretty interesting. It's got an acoustics version of Sounds of Silence and an electric version of Sounds of Silence. So one side's acoustic, one side's electric. And of course, you know, the one that we very well know is the electric version. And then on Parsley Sage, they had a cut that was like acoustic. And so they got both different versions on here. And as you can tell, it's near mint and unplayed. 1965 red vinyl promo, and that is going to be a $55 start. There has been one of these sell recently for $338 on eBay. They're kind of all over the place on price. It just kind of depends on whoever wants one at the right time. I'm going to start this one at $55, which is pretty much the lowest of the low end on those, and that one's extremely nice. Simon & Garfunkel, $55 start. Sing Out Barbados. Sing Out Barbados. This is from the Barbados. VG Plus, $11.99. This is ISIS. Ain't No Backing Up Now. ISIS is VG Plus, $14.99. This is a promo produced by Alan Toussaint. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. ISIS. And this is Under the Influence of Love Unlimited. VG Plus, $9.99. By the way, like the Birds 45, that's still available for a $55 buy now. That and Simon & Garfunkel, if they don't happen to sell tonight, those would be great records for me possibly to list online because they looked like they were pretty desirable based on what I've seen with recent bids, on there. So in between records, I've got all kinds of different stuff in here. On the first part of this crate is DVDs and even has some comic books to show tonight. Let me go ahead and finish up this crate so we can do a recap. We have Donovan in Concert. That's VG Plus condition, $12.99. That's Donovan in Concert. We also have Todd Rundgren, Something, Anything. This is actually a misprint. The labels is disc 2. So this is actually a misprint. EX condition, $22.99. I think both, it's got the same record too. So yeah, I remember, let's see, misprint labels, disc 2. There's a misprint on labels, disc 2. I think that's what Paul's trying to let us know there. I think I've looked one of these up and seen that before on Discogs, but that's Todd Rundgren, EX $22.99. Foreigner, this is like a Foreigner's Greatest Hits. It's called Records, VG Plus condition, $14.99 on Foreigner Records. And another Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever, EX condition, $22.99. Final call if you want to get a bid in on the Simon & Garfunkel. Final call if you want to get a bid in on that. Let's go ahead and do an autograph here. This is really cool. This is Traffic, Hole in My Shoe, and it's autographed by Dave Mason, one of the original members of Traffic. And this is actually not only a pretty tough picture sleeve to get, but it's autographed by Dave Mason. I actually found a whole batch of autographed 45s. We got some autographed 45s in with that Pittsburgh collection. I thought this one was really cool. $35 start. It's already a pretty tough picture sleeve to find in this condition, and it's a white label promo. Traffic, Hole in My Shoe, and it's autographed by Dave Mason. Of course, Steve Winwood and Traffic. Very cool. That's a $35 start. That's up for auction. Anthony Hammonds was first this time. On Keith Sweat. Troy Robinson was second. I'm going to go ahead and make the red vinyl Simon & Garfunkel. If anybody wants that, it's a $55 buy now. So we got both of the red vinyl promos still available. $55 each. The Birds and Simon & Garfunkel. Very cool there if anybody wants in on those. The autographed Dave Mason 45, it's a promo copy. We're at $35 and now $50. Chris Bijak is going to get the Simon & Garfunkel. Tanner, that was a $55 buy now. Chris, you got that for, I almost looked at that and was like, well, I'm not going to run it unless anybody asks about it, because if I were to put that on eBay, I'd probably start it at like $75, and one had sold recently for $338. So that is sold for Chris Bijak. And Sherry says she'll take the Birds for $55 if Paul doesn't want it. Paul Brothers, if you're still watching, let me know if you do want that for $45. If not, Sherry Darnell says she'll take it. So Both of those sold 55 and 55. Chris got Simon & Garfunkel. Somebody's about to get that. And now we got another really cool 45 here. Autograph promo picture sleeve. Calvin Ward's at $55. Let me show you a couple more. I got a pack of sleeves somewhere. Well, those already have sleeves, but okay. I got 2 DVDs here. If two people need them, I got the same DVD. This is Eric Clapton's Crossroads Guitar Festival, $6.99. One of them just is in shrink wrap of hop sticker. B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Santana, Eric Johnson, James Taylor, Jimmy Vaughn, J.J. Cale, ZZ Top, Steve Vai. I've got 2 of them. That's Eric Clapton's Guitar Crossroads Festival, $6.99. Whoever's first is going to get the one with the shrink wrap. That is sold to Debbie Blair, and Michael Nath gets the other. They're both very clean and very nice. So that's sold to Debbie. Michael Nath gets the other. And I'll go ahead and make this a bot now. I was going to auction it because I knew we have a lot of Aerosmith fans, but this is really cool. Aerosmith Honkin' on Bobo, and it has the little miniature harmonica with it. This is $19.99. This is Aerosmith Honkin' on Bobo DVD with the, or actually is it the CD or the DVD here? Let me make sure. I guess that would be the CD, and it comes with the harmonica. Yeah, $19.99. Honkin' with Bobo, that's $19.99. Concludes the miniature harmonica there. This is actually an original Radiohead Amnesiac special edition book and CD, $49.99. It's sealed, and that's from whatever year that originally came out. I forgot. Radiohead Amnesiac. That's a special book and special edition book and CD, and that is $49.99. It's sealed. Radiohead with the hop sticker. I guess that would be what, 90 something. And this is Live Aid DVD set, 4 DVD set available for the first time. Over 10 hours of footage, $19.99. That's the Live Aid DVD set, $19.99. The Live Aid concert from 1985. That's $19.99. Stephen A. Young, you were third on the Crossroads. Only had 2 of those. The Traffic 45 is at $65 with Calvin Ward. Carlene Rollins wants the Aerosmith DVD. That's sold to Carlene. And Amnesiacs from 2001. I was about to say 99. But this is from 2001. It's sealed, original Radiohead in like the kind of canvas book, and that's a special edition book and CD. That's sealed. And Roger Ramjet wants the Live Aid DVD. All right, so the only thing left there is Radiohead. I'm going to do a very quick recap of the new vintage arrivals we have here left. If you need prices, let me know. By the way, Traffic is at $65. Sorrows, Teenage Heartbreak. We have Face the Panic, Ultimate Spinach, Rita Marley, Reggae Greats, The Royal Rosses, Humanity, Dead Guy, Fixation on a Co-Worker, Cannonball Adderley, Big Man, The Rolling Stones, Goathead Soup, Sticks and Stones, Theme Song for Nothing, Cheap Trick, Noise Works, Figure 33, Crooklyn Clan, Mott the Hoople, Jean-Luc Ponty, Catfish Hodge, Bob Dylan and the Band, Horse Lips Aliens, When You're in Love, The Whole World is Jewish, Bob Booker and George Foster, Jimi Hendrix, Journey's Greatest Hits, Yusef Lateef, Sing Out Barbados, ISIS, Love Unlimited, Donovan, Todd Rundgren, and Foreigner Records, Greatest Hits. All right, we have a new bid on Traffic. Mark Fallon's is at $67. How much was Cheap Trick? Lap of Luxury was the EX condition, $27.99. And price and press on Dead Guy, please. Dead Guy, that was right back here. Dead Guy. Dead Guy is an original 1995 US pressing. EX condition, $59.99. EX condition, $59.99. How much was Foreigner? Foreigner was the Records, which is their Greatest Hits. That's a VG Plus copy for $14.99, Jeff Crowell. And then Journey's Greatest Hits. Somebody's got to buy this. We're at VG Plus 39. We've only had 7 people ask about it. I know somebody wants it because the Journey Greatest Hits OG doesn't come in too often. There's another question. Price on Journey. Journey's Greatest Hits, VG Plus condition, $39.99. There's no way that's going to be here by the end of the day. Jeff says he'll take it. Jeff gets it. And price on Ultimate Spinach and Pressing. Ultimate Spinach and Pressing. Ultimate Spinach is a 1968 MGM press, VG Plus condition, $39.99. $39.99 Ultimate Spinach. So Calvin, Ward, you're back in on Traffic. Calvin's at 68 on Traffic. Calvin's back in. Mr. Mark Fallon, you're out. Okay, we have the Man-Thing. This is the book and record set, comic book. It's the Man-Thing comic book, and it includes the 45. It's in very nice condition. $34.99. $34.99. Jeff says he'll take, oh, Foreigner. Jeff says he'll take Foreigner. That is Foreigner. So Journey's still available. It's still available. The Man-Thing comic book and record set, that's $34.99. We also have Star Trek and X-Men, issue number 1 from 1996. That's $9.99. Star Trek, that's the Gold Key comic from 1972, issue number 16. That's $9.99. And I have a picture of William Shatner, Captain Kirk, and that is $6.99. I think it's some kind of promotional item from the 90s. Star Trek, that's from 72. Star Trek and X-Men, and the Man-Thing comic book and record, $34.99. There's a few random items that I was marking last night. All right, Chris Jack wants Journey, unless somebody before him asked about it wants it. And Mark Fallon's out on Traffic. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Calvin Ward has that for $68. Let's bring over a new crate. We got a lot to go through. As you see, we got a lot of stuff we're doing on the side. That was only our first crate of vintage. I've got 3 more crates of vintage, and I've got 3 more crates of new vinyl. So let's go ahead and go through this next crate of new vinyl and see what we have. Michael Toynton says he'll take the Star Trek issue number 16 here, this one from 1972, right? That's sold to Michael, G. Michael, for $9.99. So still got the Man-Thing, Star Trek, and X-Men. This picture of William Shatner and the Radiohead. I'm going to set those over here next to the Yellow Submarine figure that didn't sell and the last Beatles DVD. All right, final call now on the autographed Traffic. That's autographed by Dave Mason. It's a white label promo, Hole in My Shoe. Calvin Ward has that for $68. Final call. I'll get a new auction started in just a second. First is the Zombies, the complete studio recordings. This is every Zombie studio recording, $139.99. Both U.S. studio albums, 2 vital compilations, plus a bonus collection of rare singles and UK-only tracks. This is everything by the Zombies. $139.99. Literally everything. $139.99. Journey's Greatest Hits Volume 2. This is a new and sealed RTI pressing. $39.99. That's Greatest Hits Volume 2. We just sold a Volume 1. Ozzy, No More Tears. These are all new and sealed. $44.99. Black Sabbath Sabotage is $33.99. Dirty Honey. $28.99 for Dirty Honey. New and sealed. They got a new album coming out. Half-Speed Master of Sticky Fingers, $36.99. And Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour, $33.99. Let's sell the Traffic, autographed Traffic 45. That's sold to Calvin Ward for $68, Tanner. I've got another really cool 45 here. This is Van Morrison's Brown Eyed Girl. Check this out. None have ever sold on Discogs. Only 6 people have it in their collection. 41 people want it, and I couldn't find a comp either on eBay. And this is a 1973 pressing of Brown Eyed Girl. It's in the original company sleeve. GRT was the distributor of this from Bang Records, so that's original inner sleeve. The vinyl is unplayed, and OGs of this, the 69 copies, they're getting really expensive, especially near mint. Brown Eyed Girl, that's on Bang. We're going to start that for $25. Brown Eyed Girl. None have ever sold on Discogs. 6 people have in their collection, and 41 people want it. So $25 start on that. That's a 1973 copy from Canada. 73 copy of that. $25 start on Van Morrison. Also, we have Rage Against the Machine, new and sealed, $31.99 for Rage. Also, Etta James at Last, $28.99. Etta James at Last, $28.99. Another Half-Speed Master of the Stones, Let It Bleed, $36.99. The Zombies. This is the Odyssey and the Oracle. That's a craft recording. Very great album, of course. And, of course, the OGs of this getting very tough to find. $31.99. Ron Christie wants a copy of Dirty Honey. I have one of those left if anybody else wants one. Beck, Odelay, $33.99 for Beck. This is Memoirs of a Madman, which is Ozzy's Greatest Hits. Ozzy's Greatest Hits, $39.99. That's new and sealed. Also, Michael Jackson Thriller, $28.99 for Thriller. Amy Winehouse, Back to Black, $33.99, and Pearl Jam 10, their debut album, $28.99. Henry Pardidez wants Dirty Honey. Calvin Ward's at $25 on Van Morrison. That's going once, going twice. Brown Eyed Girl, that's a 73 Canadian pressing. Black Sabbath, this is Mob Rules, 2 LP, $44.99. Sherry Darnell wants the Zombies, and that was the Odyssey and Oracle record. That was, it's disappeared on me. That was Odyssey and Oracle. That's right here. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Troy Robinson wants Amy Winehouse. We also have a new copy of Neil Young Harvest that's on clear vinyl. They did a new limited edition pressing of this on 2 LPs. That's clear vinyl, $44.99. I don't know if side 4, they did have this in print with an etching on side 4. As you see, there's only 3 sides of music. I don't know if there's still an etching on here. I don't know if they can do that on clear vinyl. But either way, it's on clear vinyl, $44.99. Side 4 just might be empty. Micah Santa on Black Sabbath, Mob Rules. Final call on Van Morrison. Calvin Ward has that for $25. Brown Eyed Girl. It's near mint and unplayed. Wilco, Sky Blue Sky. Wilco is $46.99. Rolling Stone Steel Wheels. That's always a tougher one to get. $36.99 for steel wheels. Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empires, $31.99. We have Nirvana. This is a live unofficial on red vinyl. Madrid, Spain, 1992. That's live in Spain, Madrid, $44.99. That's red vinyl. That's an unofficial. Journey Escape is $31.99. The Rolling Stones Exile on Main Street. I hadn't had a new copy of this in a little while. It's a half-speed master. Of course, as y'all know, the OGs of that in nice condition, tough to come by. Getting kind of pricier by the day. $46.99 on the Stones. And ZZ Top is on red vinyl. Eliminator. Give Me All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man, Legs, $31.99. New bid on Van Morrison, Sherry Darnell. I was waiting for Sherry to bid, $30. That's between Sherry and Calvin now. Sherry and Calvin on that. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second. All right. Okay, let me get to the bottom of this box and see what else I have, or let me grab another couple handfuls of stuff. Here we go. Got some cool stuff here. More random. This is kind of like Kiss Night with all the random trinkets we have, but it's the Beatles, Stones, Grateful Dead, and other artists. So first, this is a Beatles fridge magnet, $6.99. Beatles fridge magnet, $6.99. This is a promotional item from the Rolling Stones, $14.99. This is the Rolling Stones Flashpoint. Y'all remember that album? Very tough to find. I actually have a copy. This is a promotional pack of matches from Flashpoint, $14.99. $14.99. Rolling Stones Flashpoint matches. That's $14.99 on the matches. We have a Beatles keychain, $6.99 for the Beatles keychain, which is a deal compared to what Kiss keychains sell for. Some of those Kiss keychains are like 10, 15, 30, 100. Beatles is $6.99. I got a Grateful Dead patch. The Deadhead patch, $6.99 for the Deadhead patch. That's $6.99. And I have a Beatles Magical Mystery Tour patch. The Beatles Magical Mystery let me restart on that. Beatles Magical Mystery Tour patch. That's also $6.99. Let me set all this off to the side before I drop it. We had Micah Santa on Black Sabbath. I've already pulled that. Christopher Morris wants Ozzy. And I'm assuming he wants the Memoirs of the Madman Greatest Hits. The William Shatner picture is still available. Yes, Troy. Calvin's back in on Van Morrison at 32, and Carol Puckett wants the Rolling Stones matches. And Tanner, I'll just have you write on the sticky note, those are $14.99. I'm going to take the price tag off. Those are $14.99. So those are Carol Puckett. I barely attached the price tag on some of the stuff so it wouldn't cause any damage. All right, let me go back through this crate very quickly one more time. They're still bidding on Van Morrison. Troy Robinson said sold on the photograph of William Shatner here for $6.99. That's sold to Troy Robinson. We have the Zombies box set, all their recordings, $139.99. Journey's Greatest Hits Volume 2, Ozzy, No More Tears, Black Sabbath, Sabotage, Sticky Fingers, Golden Hour, Casey Musgraves. We have Rage Against the Machine, Etta James, Let It Bleed, Beck Odelay, Ozzy, Memoirs of a Madman, Michael Jackson, Pearl Jam, Neil Young, Wilco, Rolling Stones, Rage Against the Machine, Nirvana, Journey, Stones, and ZZ Top. That was a lot of great restocks. Wasp picture disc. Richard, you saw a picture on Facebook of stuff that's going to be sold tomorrow. You probably just seen the ad we have running on Facebook. Those are going to be sold tomorrow. We have Sherry's out on Van Morrison, or excuse me, Calvin's out on Van Morrison. Sherry has that for $37. Shane Devers wants an Ozzy. Now, Shane, do you want Memoirs of a Madman, or do you want that copy of No More Tears? I have not found a Funkadelic yet, Jerry. So let me go through those one more time. There's the Beatles keychain, $6.99. Magical Mystery Tour patch, $6.99. The Grateful Dead patch and the Beatles fridge magnet, or magnet, I guess you can put it anywhere. Those are all still available. Those items are all $6.99 each. Got a couple more things here before I change crates. This is a Beatles postcards, or actually it's like it's actually just stationery. It's like these are like notes, like "Love Me Do," and you could write something on it, and they come with envelopes. They come with envelopes, and those look like little 45 records, and those are $14.99. It's Beatles stationery. Beatles stationery box, that's $14.99. This is Living with the Dead, a 2-cassette sealed audiobook, $19.99. Sealed. Living with the Dead, 20 Years on the Bus with Garcia and the Grateful Dead. 2 cassettes, that's sealed, $19.99. And this is a turntable AM, FM radio, kind of a novelty item, $19.99. It looks like a turntable, and you move the platter, and it's got a belt on it, and it actually changes the radio station. And that's some kind of novelty item it's never been opened. And that's $19.99. $19.99. The backstage passes, we'll do those sometime tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and sell the Van Morrison to Sherry Darnell for $37. That's sold to Sherry Darnell for $37. Jerry, no luck on Funkadelic, but I really hadn't looked yet. Shane Devers wants Madman. That's the Aussie greatest hits. The Casey Musgraves was $33.99. Casey Musgraves is $33.99. $33.99. Jeff McMaster wants the Beatles stationery, and Stacy Metternich wants the radio. So that leaves the Grateful Dead audio cassette, if anybody wants that. All right, very cool. Let's go ahead and grab a new crate of new vintage arrivals. Like I said, Paul was here today marking stuff. I've still got 2 more crates of new vinyl to go through, 3 more crates of vintage, and I've got plenty of 45s to look through as well. But we also have a lot that I didn't get ready that we'll probably do tomorrow or the next day or the next day. So first we have, let's go ahead and do the record here, kind of one of the featured records for the night. This is going to be a $495 start. This is a 1967. This is a 1967 East Coast mono pressing. This is with the lawsuit threat sticker. And of course, we all know what this is, hopefully. Velvet Underground and Nico. It does have a peeled banana. It is a 67 East Coast mono. It is a 67 East Coast mono with the, it's not a torso cover because they covered it over with this sticker. So this is a $495 start. The vinyl plays EX. Paul has test played it. EX condition. This is the Velvet Underground and Nico. $495 start. It's a 1967 East Coast mono. So this album, it is a 67 mono. There was a, what they call the torso cover back here on the back that was not authorized legally. And then they had to put this sticker over the back because there was a lawsuit threat. The cover itself is about a solid VG or VG plus. Not a lot of wear at the top or spine or seams. But that is a 67 East Coast mono. Peeled banana. Of course, if you peel the yellow banana, it leaves the pink one underneath. That's a $495 start. Go ahead and show that. $495 start. 1967 East Coast mono. It has the lawsuit threat sticker. The vinyl plays EX. $495 start. I'll leave that up for a few seconds while we go ahead and show a couple new arrivals. Kenny Cates Jr. put him down on the Aussie Diary or Memoirs of a Madman. Bob Skaggs, Silk Degrees. This is a remaster by Kevin Gray, sealed, $39.99. Sealed Kevin Gray remaster of Bob Skaggs, $39.99. Cheap Trick in Another World. Cheap Trick is sealed, $29.99. Cheap Trick in Another World. That's a limited edition blue and white splatter vinyl. Cheap Trick is $29.99. Eric Clapton. That's also a sealed remaster. These are a lot of sealed records in here. They're pre-owned sealed records, meaning we've bought them from somebody else that bought them new, but they never opened them. That is sealed Eric Clapton. That's also a remaster, $34.99. And the Crosby, Stills & Nash Deja Vu, this is the alternate versions, and that is sealed from 2021 Record Store Day, $39.99. $39.99. Let me go ahead and grab another auction right over here. I got another really cool Eagles 45 here. This is the Eagles Lion Eyes. So I told y'all we have some very unique and tough to get. The first one we sold was Portugal. This is the Eagles Lion Eyes. This is from Japan. And of course, y'all know when we get Japanese 7-inch, same story with those. They hardly really come up in the United States. If you do find them, they're listed overseas. And this is actually a promo copy. Too Many Hands and Lion Eyes. This is a promo copy of Lion Eyes, and this is a $35 start. It is mint and pristine. The Eagles, Lion Eyes, white label promo from Japan. That's a $35 start. Lion Eyes, and that is a $35 start. What year is the Boz? The Boz Skaggs is from, it's Friday Music. It has a copyright date of 2010. Paul didn't actually put a year on it. It has a copyright date of 2010. I would think it's later than that, but it's sealed. It's the remaster by Kevin Gray. Limited edition CD enclosed as well, with Silk Degrees live bonus tracks, $39.99. Greg Allman, Southern Blood picture disc, that's sealed for $24.99. Greg Allman is sealed for $24.99. And Roy Buchanan, The Prophet, the unreleased first Polydor album, Roy Buchanan sealed for $59.99. Roy Buchanan, The Prophet, the unreleased first Polydor album, Record Store Day, Black Friday, never before on vinyl. That's pretty interesting there. Also, Jackson Browne, Running on Empty, another sealed remaster from Jackson Browne, $29.99. Jackson Browne remaster of Running on Empty. Let's see here. Okay, final call before I make this big ticket a buy it now, just slightly under the air horn, $495 start, and that is a 67 East Coast Mono lawsuit threat sticker on the back of the cover. I'll show that one second. The vinyl plays as EX, $495 start. A lot of people have that on their bucket grail list. $495 on that. The Carpenters, the single, 69 to 73. That is sealed, a 2017 remaster. That is $31.99. Got a lot of very nice sealed remasters in here. Henry's Choice wants to know the Crosby, Stills, and Nash Young price, $39.99. Once again, sealed and unopened. CSNY, $39.99. The Zoo, a 1968 Monarch press, $149.99. The Zoo presents Chocolate Mousse, $149.99. The Zoo, that's a 68 Monarch press, $149.99. The Cards Candy O Expanded Edition, that's a 2017 remaster expanded, $34.99. Also, Brent Robley has the Eagles promo for a $35, and that is a promo copy. That is a promo copy. $35 start, or $35 start, that is the current bid. And I'm pretty sure there was only one active in Japan, and it was I think over $40, and this is at $35 with Brent Robley. That's a final call. And the Chicago Transit Authority, very cool here, 50th anniversary edition, remaster remix on gold vinyl, and it's numbered to 1,000, $49.99. Don't see that too often in print at all, and that's a gold vinyl limited to 1,000, $49.99. All right, I'm going to make this a buy it now and set it off to the side very carefully. If anybody wants it, Velvet Underground and Nico, $495 buy it now. 67 East Coast Mono, and it does have the lawsuit sticker on the back covering up the torso cover there. $495 buy it now. Final call on the Eagles. Johnny Cash, Classic Cash, Early Mixes, Hall of Fame series. That is from 2020 Record Store Day, and that is $34.99. $34.99. Johnny Cash, Classic Cash, Early Mixes, $495. Yeah, I mean, for $495, if you don't have a copy altogether, I mean, y'all have seen us sell a couple copies here. I know we sold one night for $1,700. I'm pretty sure we sold a copy one night for $2,400. It's not a cheap record. It's some of the most expensive albums I've sold have been Velvet Underground albums, Velvet Underground and Nico. So in probably my top 20 all-time albums I've sold, probably Velvet Underground and Nico would make it 2 or 3 times actually. So very rare and desirable record for sure. Okay, Kevin Hughes wants the Johnny Cash. Let's go ahead and sell the Eagles to Brent Robley for $35. That's sold to Brent Robley for $35. Also, the Carpenters title and price. Larry, that's the Carpenters, the singles. The classic album remastered, sealed, $31.99. Boz Scaggs Dig, premium vinyl pressing on high-quality 180-gram vinyl. Boz Scaggs Dig, that's $26.99. Boz Scaggs Dig, and this is Cheap Trick, Out to Get You, live, 1977, and that was a 2020 Record Store Day release, sealed, $54.99 for Cheap Trick. sealed, $54.99. Got a couple other interesting items here. This is the Beatles Abbey Road CD t-shirt bundle, and that is $39.99. It comes in this wooden Beatles crate. It's sealed, and that is the t-shirt and CD bundle, $39.99 from 2009, and it comes in this plastic Beatles crate. It's an extra large. That's $39.99. $39.99. The Boz Scaggs, that's called Boz Scaggs Dig, and that is $26.99. It's sealed. Boz Scaggs Dig, $26.99. B.B. King and Eric Clapton, Riding with the King, that is sealed. It's a 2020 remaster. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. $49.99. It's sealed. I've got two different packages here of Beatles guitar picks. They're $9.99 each. This one's actually, I think, sealed and never been opened. There's 15 guitar picks in there. That's $9.99. And this one, it looks like someone has opened it, but they're all still there, all 15 guitar picks. And these are $9.99 each. So two little different metal tins of Beatles guitar picks, $9.99 and $9.99. That is, let me know which one you want, Debbie. You can say the one, this one, or that one. The one on the black one or the one with multicolors. Those are $9.99 each. Eric Clapton and B.B. King. Also, we have Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This is sealed, $49.99. On limited edition burgundy vinyl. I think we've had, that makes the fourth different copy of that we've had on 3 different colors. That is the Summer of '69 anniversary edition on burgundy colored vinyl, $49.99. $49.99. Let's see here. Okay, there's that. And Debbie says she'll take this pack here. So that's sold to Debbie Blair for $9.99. It's stickered. If anybody wants this sealed package, it's also $9.99. Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. That's a music on vinyl pressing. It's never been opened. $49.99. Mad Dogs and Englishmen, $49.99. That's new and sealed for music on vinyl. Chicago, the Kentucky Derby. This is live Chicago, 1974, sealed on clear vinyl, $29.99. Limited edition clear vinyl. That's a back on black rock classic, sealed Chicago on clear vinyl, $29.99. Jim Croce, Photographs and Memories, his greatest hits, and that is sealed, $27.99. The Carpenter single, 69 to 73. That is the Carpenters, the singles, 1969 to 1973, sealed, $31.99. Yes, it's a remaster of that album. The Cal Seals, this is sealed, $24.99. This is the Cal Seals Rhythm of the World, $24.99, new and sealed. The Cal Seals and Creed, Human Clay, that's also sealed, $39.99. Kraft 20th Anniversary Edition of Creed, Human Clay. Colors, The Best of the Day, The Best of G.D. Collins. Best of G.D. Collins, that's new and sealed for $16.99. And Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Volume 1 Picture Disc, $29.99. Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Picture Disc, $29.99. And John Mellencamp, The Good Samaritan Tour 2000, Barnes & Noble exclusive on brown vinyl, $27.99. Barnes & Noble exclusive on brown vinyl, $27.99. I got another Eagles, very unique picture sleeve here. This one's from Germany. The Eagles Already Gone. This is a German picture sleeve. Let's take a look at it. Very clean vinyl. EX Plus Near Mint Minus, closer to Near Mint Minus. Just a generic white sleeve there. And that is a German-only release picture sleeve. And that's Already Gone and Is It True? And that's going to be a $20 start. Already Gone and Is It True? That's a German picture sleeve. Extremely nice vinyl and original from 1974. That's a $20 start. $20 start. There's John Mellencamp. Pete Weisgarber says he'll take the Carpenters. That's sold to Pete Weisgarber. And Jeffrey Dunlap says he'll take the Guardians of the Galaxy picture disc. That's sold to Jeffrey Dunlap. Okay, I have a Beatles puzzle. This is a 1,500 piece puzzle. Not 500, not 1,000, 1,500 piece Beatles puzzle, $29.99. That's going to take some time. The Beatles, that is $29.99. It is new and sealed. New and sealed. So before I put these items away, I still got this pack of guitar picks. It may have been opened before. It looks like it's actually been taped back shut. That's 15 Beatles guitar picks, $9.99. And I still got the Abbey Road CD and extra large t-shirt bundle, $39.99. You get the CD, the t-shirt, and the crate, $39.99. Guitar picks, and there's the sealed Beatles puzzle. I'm going to put these items right over here. Still got those available. Still got a couple patches and keychains as well. Calvin Ward's at $20 on the Eagles. Calvin is in on $20, and Arm Lozelle wants Chicago and the John Cougar Mellencamp. There's Chicago, and there's John Mellencamp. Brent's at 25. So we have the following still left in here. Let me know. Let me know if you are interested in anything. I'll tell you the price. We have Cheap Trick. Also, we have Eric Clapton, Bob Skaggs, Greg Allman, Roy Buchanan, Jackson Brown, Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young, The Zoo, that's a rare psych record, The Cars, Chicago Transit Authority, Cheap Trick, Bob Skaggs, Eric Clapton and B.B. King, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Joe Cocker, Jim Croce, the Cal Seals Creed, and the best of Judy Collins. They're bidding on the Eagles 45. Calvin Ward is back in at 30. Let me grab our next crate of new vintage arrivals. And I'll probably go ahead and do the last two crates because the fourth crate is only three titles. It's new releases. 3 titles. It's new releases. So details on the Roy Buchanan. Let's see what we had there with the Roy Buchanan. That was early in the crate, wasn't it? Roy Buchanan, The Prophet, the unreleased first Polydor album. An unreleased album, never before on vinyl. The Telecaster Titan's earliest recordings on Polydor. 2 LP set on orange and black vinyl, limited to 2,500. That is sealed, $59.99. Calvin's out on the Eagles. And let's go through some new titles. A lot of these are new releases. Some of them are unreleased, or restocks, I mean. And let me grab a few other things in the bottom of this crate and see what we have here. Let me do these so there's not as much confusion. Still got this, and I got this here. Okay, I bet somebody will like this puzzle. I thought this was really cool. It's in a metal tin, and it's Yellow Submarine. The Beatles Yellow Submarine puzzle, new and sealed in a die-cut metal tin. That's $29.99. Yellow Submarine, new and sealed in a metal tin. I've got 3 different guitar lighters. These are $6.99. Got a Union Jack, a Flames guitar, and American flag lighter. Those are $6.99. And let me go ahead and tag Roy Buchanan for Jetstream. That's sold to Roy Buchanan, or that's sold to Jetstream, the Roy Buchanan record. Jeff McMaster says he'll take the USA flag guitar lighter, and they pretty much look unused. So if anybody else wants one of those, just let me know exactly which one you want. We have a Flames guitar and a Union Jack guitar. And this Beatles Yellow Submarine puzzle was $29.99. All right, new vinyl. We have, this is a new release. This is Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. There was a pre-order for this. It's a Record Store Day 40th anniversary on blue vinyl. Hannah Reeder, Kelly Gabney, Charles Milliken Jr., Stacey Brown, Alan Case, Jennifer Smith, Lanny Davis, Pete Mitchell, Brian White, Laura Youngblood, Paul Brothers, Nick Pullen, Nikki Cox, and Christopher Morris. That was, I think, 14 people on that pre-order. That's Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. That's on blue vinyl, and that's a Record Store Day essential, $34.99. So we have Sherry Darnell takes guitar lighter. Patty wants the Union Jack. So if you just want one, then we'll give Patty the Union Jack, and we'll give you the ones with the flames. So sell Patty the Union Jack and sell Sherry that first one there, the flames. Let's go ahead and end the Eagles. Brent Robley has that for $35. That's the already gone 7-inch single. That's sold to Brent Robley. All right. And Cyndi Lauper is $34.99. That's new and sealed on blue vinyl. Record Store Day Essential, blue vinyl, $34.99. Lydia Lunch, I actually posted this as a pre-order. I don't know if too many people saw it, but the other night we had some Lydia Lunch albums, and there was a lot of bidders. This is Queen of Siam. This is $31.99. It's pretty much one of the few things that's in print by her, and this is a new release. Lydia Lunch, that is $31.99. That's new and sealed. Also, we have AFI. This is Sing the Sorrow. AFI is $54.99. Sing the Sorrow, $54.99. That's a new release. Looks like a 2 LP gatefold. Enough's Enough is a new release. This is Animals with Human Intelligence. I think that was one of their studio albums, one of the first times on vinyl. Splatter vinyl, $31.99. And that is Enough's Enough, Animals with Human Intelligence, $31.99. Angela Leckington wants an AFI, $54.99. I have 2 left. And I have The House is Rockin', a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan on splatter vinyl. That's $28.99. I got 3 different decks of playing cards here. I have the Beatles Yellow Submarine. That's $9.99. I have the Beatles Singles Collection. Those are both sealed, $9.99. And I have a tribute to Rock. The original Hero Decks presents rock and roll playing cards. There's Ozzy, there's Mick Jagger, there's Jimi Hendrix, and that is, I'm going to say, opened, $6.99. So there's 3 different decks of playing cards. Beatles singles, Yellow Submarine, and the Rock Legends. Those are $9, $9, and $6.99. House is Rockin' was $28.99. This is back in stock. AC/DC Jailbreak, 74 Jailbreak AC/DC, and that is $33.99. That's new and sealed. New and sealed. All right, I got another unique Eagles picture sleeve here. I only put one in the hot picture, but we actually have a whole collection from the Pittsburgh collection. I think y'all remember the Pittsburgh collection, that video I posted of all the Beatles. If this guy collected something, he was extensive with it. So if he was going to collect something by the Eagles, he just didn't have a copy of Greatest Hits. He was going to collect something obscure and kind of rare. And this is the Eagles, Visions, and of course the A side is One of These Nights. This pretty much looks unplayed. It's from Germany. It's a $20 start. Eagles, One of These Nights. Picture sleeve, 7-inch single, $20 start on that. One of These Nights. Another really cool Eagles picture sleeve up for auction. First on the Rock cards was Travis McLarty. He was first to that. Carlene was second. Patty was third. Rob Scheffler was fourth. Henry Perdidez wants an AC/DC. And that leaves the Yellow Submarine cards and the Beatles singles cards. Both of those decks are sealed for $9.99 if anybody wants those. Both of the decks are sealed. The Eagles is a $20 start. New release from Ringo. Speaking of the Beatles, Rewind Forward, the new EP from Ringo Starr. He doesn't put out albums anymore. When he has about 4 songs ready, he'll put out an EP. And this also includes Paul McCartney and Joe Walsh, $29.99. $29.99. Let's see. Rob Scheffler says he'll take the Yellow Submarine cards. That's sold to Rob Scheffler, the Yellow Submarine cards. That is sold to Rob Scheffler, and Calvin Ward is at $20 on the Eagles. Traveling Wilburys. This is Volume 3. Traveling Wilburys Volume 3, $36.99. Back in stock. Volume 3, which is technically their second album, $36.99. Calvin Ward is at $20 on the Eagles. That's going once, going twice. Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits. That's new and sealed for $36.99. And the Notorious, B.I.G., the Notorious is $28.99. Now playing. That's a Greatest Hits. Notorious, $28.99. And the B-52's Greatest Hits, that's the first time on vinyl. Their Greatest Hits, that's on purple and pink vinyl, 2LP, $44.99. I'm shaking. I don't think I am. Am I shaking, Tanner? Bob Riger says I'm shaking. If I'm shaking, it's probably because of caffeine. All right, so there's that. Let me grab a few more things. I have a whole tub of stuff like I've been showing, trying to get to the bottom of it. I got some pretty unique stuff in here, actually. Let me grab a few more things here and here and here and here. Very cool stuff. Let's keep it rolling. It's usually Trinket nights on Tuesday, but we've been doing Kiss night, so we're having to move Trinket night to Wednesday night. So Jason Conklin wants the Notorious. That's sold to Jason Conklin. Calvin Ward is the one and only bidder right now on Eagles, One of These Nights, picture sleeve. That's the Calvin Ward for $20, and that's going twice, going 3 times. That's going twice, going 3 times on that. Portugal the Man, Woodstock, $29.99. That's part of that Rocktober exclusive on colored vinyl. Also, the Traveling Wilburys Volume 3, Volume 1. We had Volume 3 as well. There's Volume 1, Traveling Wilburys. Alan Jackson's Honky Tonk Christmas. That was $31.99 for Alan Jackson's Honky Tonk Christmas. Bob Dylan's Christmas album. This is Christmas in the Heart. This is $31.99, Bob Dylan. Also, MC5, Back in the USA. Another one of those Rocktober exclusives, $29.99. And then Aha, Hunting High and Low. Aha, which has Take On Me. That's on orange vinyl, $29.99. All right, let's go ahead and sell the Eagles to Calvin Ward for $20. Now, let me go ahead and introduce one of our next auctions. Paul has a stack of auctions over here, including Depeche Mode, the singles. Wow. This is a German import on gray vinyl with foil insert and original German pressing, $45 start. $45 start. Depeche Mode, the singles, 81 to 85. Check this out on gray vinyl. Very, very cool. The Depeche Mode singles. It's a gatefold, $45 start. It's extremely nice, and it has an insert. It has a foil insert as well. That is a $45 start. German import on gray vinyl. Depeche Mode, the singles, 81 to 85. That's up for bid for a $45 start. We have Jared Benoit on Aha. That's sold to Jared Benoit. And we also have another MC5. That's High Time. High Time, and that's on yellow vinyl. I do not have any Twilight, and I do not have any Madonna. If we get Madonna, it's usually from Japan, but let's see, Jerry, I think last week we probably sold 5 or 6 Madonna Japanese pressings, and I don't have any right now. Jerry on Jerry, the unpublished Jerry Garcia interviews. This is new and sealed. That is a CD, $9.99. It was originally $30, $9.99. What year was Depeche Mode pressed? Probably 1985, I'm assuming. That's the copyright date. Direct Metal Mastering. It's at least 85. It may be a little bit newer than that, but it's nothing new. It's nothing new. Crossroads, Eric Clapton Guitar Festival 2010. 4.5 hours of live performances, 2 DVDs, $6.99. This is the Eagles. This is a DTS digital surround sound CD, actually. $9.99. $9.99. Hell freezes over. Hell freezes over. That's the Eagles. That's a DTS 5.1 surround sound CD. That is $9.99. This is really cool. Woodstock special anniversary playing card set. It has 2 decks of playing cards. $24.99. That's new and sealed. New and sealed. That's Woodstock. It's a metal tin, 2 decks of playing cards. Sealed, $24.99. And another deck of Beatles playing cards. That's $9.99. Officially licensed 2012. Another deck of Beatles playing cards, $9.99. Stephen A. Young wants the Crossroads Guitar Festival. That's sold to Stephen A. Young. Debbie was second. Scott Fish wants the Eagles CD. And we have Pete Weisgarber on the Woodstock cards. Those are very cool. Those sold to Pete Weisgarber. That leaves the Jerry Garcia and the Beatles playing cards. If anybody wants those, they are still available. All right, let me grab one of our next Eagles singles. I'm going to do that in just a second. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so Depeche Mode is at $45. 2 people just bid. It's at $45. Arm Lazelle was in first. Got a restock of The Darkness because we'd actually sold out of it. Blue marbled vinyl, $31.99. So we sold 50 copies of that last week. Wow. The Darkness, Permission to Land, $31.99. Slayer, Decade of Aggression, that's a 2 LP Slayer, $39.99. And MC5, and that's Kick Out the Jams, $29.99. I don't know if anybody's actually got a chance to listen to it yet to see if it's censored or not. It's on clear and red splatter vinyl. I would open one up, but I have an original copy, so I don't. No need for me to open up and keep a new one unless I just wanted one on splatter vinyl. But I'll let y'all figure out if that's censored or not. This is really cool. This is $19.99. This is the Bob magazine. It's new and sealed. It's sealed, and it comes with a flexi disc with music from Flamin' Lips and Lemonhead. So I think it's like an alternative rock magazine. It's called the Bob. It's from 1983, has articles about Sonic Youth, Flamin' Lips, and it includes this yellow flexi disc with tracks from Flamin' Lips and Lemonheads, and that's a sealed magazine from the winter of 1983, 1999. Depeche Mode was at 45, 45, 46, 47, and the AFI was $54.99. Sing the Sorrow, $54.99 for Sing the Sorrow. I still have Exodus, yes. I still have Exodus, Pleasures of the Flesh. They are right here behind me. Somewhere. Let's see, I think they're right here in this tub, right here. Exodus, Pleasures of the Flesh. They are $31.99. Exodus, Pleasures of the Flesh, $31.99. I've got 4 copies left. Can't believe we really hadn't sold out of those. So the Bob magazine, $19.99, if anybody wants that. Going to lay that right over here, and I'm going to go ahead and swap out new crates, and let's go through a crate of vintage stuff. Jamie Butler says he'll take an Exodus. Depeche Mode is at $47 with Stephen Free You. The Depeche Mode is on gray vinyl. It has a foil insert. Very nice copy. German pressing of that. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's see. Also, Kyle Gregory wants an Exodus, and Debbie asked about the AFI. This is so to Debbie. The Uriah Heep from earlier was $39.99. That was the Uriah Heep anthology, right? Yeah, $39.99 on the Uriah Heep anthology. Let's get a new crate here of vintage or pre-owned stuff that Paul has marked for us. And let me go pull Kyle Gregory and Exodus. Got to pull Kyle Gregory and Exodus out. That was in this bin right here, Tanner. Kyle, I've got you an Exodus pulled. I'm handing that to Tanner right now, and the Depeche Mode's at 50. So still bidding on that. Still bidding on that. I'm also going to go ahead and show y'all this next 45, which is from Portugal. Early Eagle single here from 1972. 1972, Trying. This is from Portugal. There's only actually 2 for sale, and they're both in Portugal. This is going to be a $30 start. 1972, check this out. The Eagles, Trying. From Portugal, 1972. The A side is Trying, and it's, well, actually, what's weird is the B side is Peaceful Easy Feeling, and they've got that listed as the B side, and they've got the A side is Trying, but of course we all know that Peaceful Easy Feeling went on to be the bigger hit. So, 1972 Eagles from Portugal, that's a $30 start. Like I said, there's only 2 of those for sale on Discogs, and both of them are in Portugal. That's our next auction. $30 start. No takers on the Yellow Submarine puzzle. That was new and sealed in the metal tin for $29.99. I'm going to go ahead and set that over here before I drop it. $29.99 on that. That Eagles was a $30 start. I'll put it in a... That sleeve has done... Look how well that sleeve has protected that over the years. All that ring wear went on the sleeve and not the jacket. That's why you want to keep your records in sleeves. Look at that. All that would have been on the jacket if that hadn't been protecting it. So we'll put that in a brand new sleeve for you. We have Crosby, Stills, and Nash, 4-Way Street. This is an expanded 3 LP on vinyl for the first time ever. $89.99. And I forgot they did that. I actually don't have a copy of this because I didn't get it on Record Store Day, and they were expensive, and they still are sealed. This is a 2019 Record Store Day remaster. The expanded concert for 4-Way Street. If y'all know, the original of that is not a full concert. This is an expanded. I don't think it's still the full concert, but it's expanded, and that's $89.99 sealed 4-Way Street. Depeche Mode, by the way, Stephen Free You is at $51 on Depeche Mode. We have Bob Marley and the Wailers Shakedown, $29.99. This is a 1979 U.S. pressing of Bob Marley and the Wailers Shakedown. That's a 79 U.S. pressing. Also, if anybody wants a Depeche Mode, if you want to get in on Depeche Mode, Fred Carnell, now's your final call because Stephen Free You has that for $51. That's a final call. 10,000 Homo DJs Supernaut. That is a 1990 U.S. pressing, $39.99. $39.99. That's a 12-inch single. It kind of looks like the Black Sabbath artwork there. Edward Star Wars wants 4-Way Street, and Brad Mullen wants Bob Marley. Final call if you want to get a bid in on this Eagles 7-inch single, Trying and Peaceful Easy Feeling, 1972 Portugal, $30 start on that, $30 start. And final call on Depeche Mode. I'm about to sell it for $51. DOA, Let's Wreck the Party. That's a 1985 U.S. pressing. That's Punk, $22.99 DOA. Fred Carnell, you're outbid. Stephen Free You's back in at $53. Stephen Free You's back in at $53. GBH, No Need to Panic. That's a 1987 U.S. pressing, also a Punk record, $24.99. GBH, that's on Combat. Craig Thomas wants DOA. That's sold to Craig Thomas. We have GBH. We also have, this is George Michael. $34.99. 2015. That's a picture disc. George Michael Freedom 90. George Michael. That is $34.99. Jeff McMaster first on GBH. Ryan Anderson first on GBH. Ryan Anderson first on GBH, Jeff McMaster second, Jeannie Pinnell third. Final call on Depeche Mode. Stephen Free You has this for $53. Fred Carnell, you're out. The Eagles now has a bid. Calvin Ward is at $30. That's going twice, going 3 times. Carlene wants the George Michael. That is sold to Carlene Rollins. Yep. Janis Joplin Pearl picture disc. Wow, I didn't know they made this as a picture disc. Pearl, 50th anniversary limited edition picture disc, 2021 Record Store Day, $34.99. $34.99. Blondie plastic letters. Another picture disc I've never seen before. That's from 2016. That's also sealed and unopened. $34.99. Blondie plastic letters. That's $34.99. Also sealed and unopened. Sealed and unopened. Let me grab, we've almost sold all the Eagles 45s. I have a couple more, though. This one's really cool. Let's see. Michael Nath got the Janis Joplin. Alam Dye was second. So I'm about to sell Depeche Mode. I'm waiting for Fred Carnell to bid again or say out. He has bid again for $55. So Stephen Free, you're out. Let's go ahead and sell the Eagles for $30 to Calvin Ward. All the Eagles 45s have either went to Calvin or Brent Robley. And Fred Carnell, you're outbid again. Fred, you might as well have your eyes locked right on the chat, because as soon as you bid, Stephen Free is going to bid again. So get prepared to bid right after he does. This is a record we don't get too often. This is Old and in the Way, which is Jerry Garcia. Very nice copy here. This is a $45 start. It's extremely nice on the vinyl. Old and in the Way, Jerry Garcia. That's a $45 start. Haven't had a copy of that in a while, especially a nice copy. ZZ Top Afterburner is $24.99. ZZ Top Afterburner, $24.99. ZZ Top Afterburner, that is $24.99. And Steely Dan Gaucho, that is an original 1980 U.S. pressing, $34.99. Steely Dan Gaucho. That has Robert Lugwood mastering, RL Gaucho, $34.99. Fred's back in on Depeche Mode at 57. Let's wait for the immediate bid again by Stephen Freyu for 58. It's bound to happen. Our next Japanese single by the Eagles. Yes, there is a "the" before their name. If you didn't know that, it is the Eagles. It is the Eagles. I'm going to go ahead and get 3 auctions started here. We got Old and in the Way. And this is actually in a Japanese 7-inch sleeve as well, protective sleeve. This is the Eagles, Life in the Fast Lane. And the B-side is The Last Resort. And this is a Japanese pressing. The vinyl is about VG+. It has some marks on it that does not affect play. So we're only going to start this one for $15 start. $15 start. That is The Last Resort and Life in the Fast Lane. That is a Japanese pressing. Has a unique Japanese 7-inch sleeve. Of course, those are singles from, as you can tell, they're standing there in Hotel California. That's a $15 start. Yeah, just like OSU. Rob is from the Netherlands, so he don't understand probably what OSU is. That's the Ohio State University. I don't know many people that say Eagles. They always say the Eagles. You got to put an article adjective in front of that, or it just don't sound right. Eagles? You got to put the in front of it. The Eagles. That's a Japanese, and that is a $15 start. I think it's almost, for me, impossible to say without putting a "the" in front of it. We have the Flying Lizards. This is $14.99. The Flying Lizards, $14.99. The Flying Lizards, $14.99. Also, Venus and the Razorbacks, Songs from the Sunshine Jungle, $14.99. Venus and the Razor Blades, not the Razorbacks, the Razor Blades, $14.99. $14.99. So Depeche Mode, we actually had a new bidder. We were at 56, 57, 58, 58, 59, 60, 61. The Eagles is at 15, and we have Hendry Smink on Flying Lizard. That's sold to Hendry, and Brad Bullen on Venus. Those are both sold. So final call, Jeff Garland has the Eagles for $15. That is a final call. And if anybody wants to get in on the Jerry Garcia one more time, $45 start on that. $45 start on that. We have Scream, the compilation. This is $19.99. James Addiction's on here, TSOL. That's $19.99. Scream, the compilation, gold stamp promo. Also, Blowers to Cult, Some Enchanted Evening, $29.99. Blowers to Cult, Some Enchanted Evening, $29.99. Final call on the Eagles, and Depeche Mode is at 61 with Stephen Free. Tony Shore and Fred Carnell, you're both out. This is on gray vinyl. It's a direct metal mastering, near mint. It's a gatefold, and it has the foil insert with it too. That's at $61. That's going once, going twice. Going once, going twice on that. All right, let me grab a few more things out of this tub that I have over here. Let's see what we have here. Let me grab this and this. And I actually have 2 of these, so I'll show both of them at the same time. And let me do a couple more things here. Okay. So, BOCs and OG, yes. Depeche Mode's at 64. I've got 3 different. These are really cool. I've had these before. It's from a company called Theory 11. These are sealed Beatles playing cards. Look how cool that is. These are $11.99. That's Sgt. Pepper's theme from Theory 11. They're sealed. There's orange, green, and pink or purple. I guess that's pink. Sealed Those are Sgt. Pepper's themes playing cards. I think that's how a lot of the backs look. They're very well made. 3 different decks of those, $11.99. We have a Grateful Dead playing cards. A couple of these had sold really expensive. I guess they're pretty desirable among Deadheads. Built to Last, that's a Grateful Dead playing card set. They're sealed, $19.99. And then this set is $9.99. The Grateful Dead playing cards, and that's sealed. So 2 different decks of Grateful Dead, $19 and $9, and then I've got these 3 different decks of the Beatles. Got a Blu-ray here from Gary Moore, live at Montreux, 2010. That's $14.99. Gary Moore, live from Montreux, $14.99. And I have the Beatles. I'm glad they put a "the" in front of their name. Wouldn't it be weird just to say Beatles? The Beatles. This is a 2-deck. It's obviously Let It Be themed. Those are sealed playing cards, $24.99. $24.99. The Beatles, that's got 2 decks, $24.99. Also, Gary Moore Blu-ray and Jeff McMaster. Let me know which of those Grateful Dead decks you want. All right, I'm going to make Jerry Garcia buy it now for $45. That's owed and in the way. If anybody wants that, it's a $45 buy it now. Very clean copy. Jerry Garcia, owed and in the way. Also, the Eagles, only a 1 bid on that. That's sold to Jeff Garland for $15. Jeff Garland gets that for $15. That was, let me figure out where that was. Make sure I get that name right. That was, yes, Jeff Garland for $15. That's sold to Jeff Garland for $15. Next is Jetstream says he'll take BOC. And Jeff McMaster wants the Jerry Garcia, and that was a $45 buy it now. Final call on Depeche Mode. Stephen Freyu has this for $65. Fred Carnell and Tony Shore, you're both out. Stephen Freyu has that for $65. Back to the bin right quick. We have Alien Sex Fiend. This is Magic, a 1992 UK pressing, $14.99. Also, Judy Mowat, Working Wonders. That is $14.99. That's a Canadian import. Tony Shore backing on Depeche Mode at $66. Sherry Darnell says she'll take the Grateful Dead playing cards. That was $9.99. That's so to Sherry Darnell. Also, the Eagles, their greatest hits, 1971 to 1975, $24.99 for the Eagles, $24.99 on that. Brad Bolin wants Alien. That's so to Brad Bolin. Fred Carnell, you were second. And Fleetwood Mac Mirage. Mirage is $19.99. That's an OG copy with the original inner sleeve of Mirage, $19.99. Grateful Dead, Go to Heaven, $29.99. The Grateful Dead, Go to Heaven, $29.99. Original inner sleeve, $29.99. Depeche Mode is at $67. Steely Dan Asia is $34.99. Steely Dan Asia. Boy, this one feels very heavy. Gatefold, $34.99. That's Steely Dan Asia, $34.99. 2 more bids on Depeche Mode, 67 is 67. Somebody needs to go ahead and just bid 100, and that will probably wrap it up. Whoever's first 100 will probably end up getting it. And we have, let me set these aside. We have the Beatles, the Gary Moore, the other Grateful Dead deck, and the 3 decks of Sgt. Pepper's cards. I'm going to lay those right here behind me. If anybody wants any of those, they are still available, Tanner. They're still available. Yeah, we need to put all that on a table or something. Okay, we have Depeche Mode is at 68 with Tony Shore. We have ZZ Top Eliminator, an OG copy, $29.99. ZZ Top Eliminator, $29.99. Very clean copy with the original inner sleeve, ZZ Top Eliminator. Also, Santana. This is sealed, a 2008 remaster, $34.99. Sealed Santana, $34.99. Depeche Mode is at $70, and we have another $70 bid, and Michael Nath wants Santana. That's sold to Michael Nath on Santana. Slayer, Live Undead, that's a sealed remaster, $29.99 for Slayer, Live Undead. And we have Day One, the best of the festival. Roy Shirley, Big Youth, and Toots and the Maytals. That's a 1983 U.S. copy, $22.99. $22.99. Best of the festival, Day One, live at the Reggae Sunsplash, $22.99. Depeche Mode is a German pressing on gray-colored vinyl. We've only been bidding on it for a half hour. It's a direct metal mastering, gray vinyl. It's a Depeche Mode The Singles, which is a compilation of music from 81 to 85. It has the original foil insert. It's a gatefold, and Tony Shore has that for $71. I don't know who's going to end up winning it, but they've been battling for quite some time. I have another Japanese 7-inch single. Very cool here. This one's very nice. Also from the Eagles. This is Heartache Tonight and Teenage Jail. This is extremely nice. The vinyl is pretty much unplayed. All of them have been men except that last one we sold. Heartache Tonight. This is a Japanese 7-inch single. Has the Japanese insert with it. Heartache Tonight, and that's very nice. It's glossy, has pretty much no signs of wear, and that is going to be a $25 start. Heartache Tonight, very, very nice single from Japan from the Eagles. Depeche Mode is at 71, 72, and now 75. The Grateful Dead playing cards were $19.99. Like I said, it was weird on these. Of course, most of them that were sealed were definitely around this price, but a couple had sold at auction for some kind of crazy prices. But that's a sealed deck of the Grateful Dead playing cards, $19.99. Calvin Ward is at 25 on the Eagles. 25 on the Eagles. Did you say something, Seth? Did you say something? I couldn't hear you. No, there was another deck. There was another deck, yeah. Okay. Seth's here, by the way. Seth is here. And Jake. Jake just relieved Tanner. Tanner's in the back, I think, shipping. We have been shipping so much stuff. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how much stuff we've been shipping. It's been incredible. This is Rockin' Doopsie and the Twisters, $14.99. Rockin' Dopsy or Doopsy? Dopsy maybe? Rockin' Dopsy, that is, and the Twisters, and that's on Rounder Records, $14.99. The Depeche Mode, this is $76 with Stephen Freyu. $76 with Stephen Freyu. $76 on Stephen Freyu. Rob Show says he will take the Grateful Dead playing cards. Another artist that is, I won't bring it up again, but that is sold to Rob Show. This is Dim the Light, Winston Reedy. Dim the Light, Winston Reedy. That's a UK import, $29.99. $29.99. Third World is $19.99. Third World is $19.99. That's a Island record, 1978 reggae record, $19.99. And we have Trojan Records, Rude Boy Rumble, 12 classics from the legendary Trojan Records. That's a 2015 Record Store Day, sealed, $29.99. All right, the Depeche Mode, we was at 76, then we was at 78, now we're at 79. Stephen Freyu at $79, and the Eagles is at 25 of Calvin Ward, and that's a final call. That's a final call. Molly Hatchet, No Guts, No Glory. Molly Hatchet is $24.99. No Guts, No Glory, $24.99 for Molly Hatchet. $24.99. And we have Morrissey, a 1988 SRC pressing. Every Day is Like Sunday. This is a 4-track, $29.99. Morrissey, $29.99. Every Day's Like Sunday, and then the other side has 3 other tracks. That's very much near mint, $29.99. U2 War is $39.99. U2 War, $39.99. That's a very nice copy as well, $39.99. Depeche Mode 78, 79, Depeche Mode 80, and Craig Thompson wants Morrissey. That's sold to Craig Thompson. And let's go ahead and sell the Eagles. This is sold to Calvin Ward. Eagles or the Eagles, whichever you prefer. I prefer the Eagles. $25, Jake. That is sold. Jake's looking at me like I'm crazy. Okay, let me grab one of our next auctions right quick. Let me figure out what's going on, though. Okay, let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let me take care of something right over here right quick. And we'll be ready to figure out what's left in this crate. Okay, I have a pretty rare MC5 record here. This is very hard to price because, one, they just don't come up too often for sale. So the research that I had on it, that's what I was over here pulling up. The last one sold 7 years ago. So these records, this record obviously does not come up for sale too often. The last one sold 7 years ago. Okay, 7 years ago was the last time one of these came up for sale. This is a test pressing of MC5 Tonight. It's a test press. It's single-sided. It's a test pressing. It's in mono. MC5 Tonight. As you can see, not for resale. That's a test pressing. It's in about VG plus condition. I'm going to call it VG to be on the safe side since it is a pricier record. I'll go ahead and let you know these have sold anywhere from well over $1,000 before. And there was one that sold back in 2007 for over $1,000. This is a test pressing of MC5 Tonight. MC5 Tonight. And of course that would be from 1969. It's a white label test pressing. So it's kind of a tough record to price. Obviously, all those that have sold over the last decade or longer have all sold at auction to just whoever wanted it. Usually probably on eBay where a lot of people can see it. So kind of like the red vinyl I had earlier tonight, it's kind of hard to price because they don't come up for sale too often. But I'm thinking, from what I'm seeing, let me pull up my sheet here one more time. From what I was seeing, since one literally hadn't been offered for sale in 7 years on the open market, it's I'm thinking a $350 start at MC5. So this is a test pressing. It's a test pressing of MC5 Tonight, and there's nothing on side. There's nothing on side B. And overall, it's about VG condition. $350 start. Not for resale, not for sale. $350 start on that. Okay, we have Depeche Mode at 85. Depeche Mode singles is at $85. $85 with Stephen Free You. $85 on that. $85 on that. Back to the bin, we have Never Mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. That's a third U.S. label for $39.99. Never Mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, $39.99. Very clean copy. That's on the third label, $39.99. Remix extended version, Depeche Mode, Shake the Disease. That's a UK import, $24.99. Depeche Mode, Shake the Disease. That's $24.99. $24.99. Kim Helpland wants the Sex Pistols. That's sold to Ken Helpland. Mr. Welcome to the Real World. A sealed original copy in shrink wrap. Of course, it's sealed. With hype stickers, what I was going to say. $34.99. This is Mr. Welcome to the Real World. That is sealed. That is sealed. Tony Shore gets the Depeche Mode. Brad Boland was second. And we have the Fix. This is Calm Animals. The Fix is sealed. $27.99. The Fix is sealed. $27.99. Also, we have McCartney. That's on green vinyl. McCartney 3, one of the 30 or 30-something variants they made of this. $29.99. Stone's lunchbox. I got some Stone stuff too. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this bin. But there's McCartney 3 on green vinyl. Slayer is a repress. Yes, Slayer is a repress. That's Live Undead. That's a sealed remaster. $29.99. All right, so Depeche Mode. Jeff and Master gets the sealed Mr. And Pete Weisgarber was second. Great price on that, sealed with hype sticker. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second while I take a drink of water. All right, feeling better. Edward Star Wars wants the Fix. That's sold to Edward Star Wars. Okay, Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode is, where are we at on it now? I told 30 minutes ago, I said the first one to bid 100 is probably going to go ahead and win it. So just waiting for somebody to go ahead and bid 100 because we're at $87 and 3 people still bidding. $87 of Tony Shore is the high bidder. $87 of Tony Shore. We might not get there. And Stephen Free You's at 100 on Depeche Mode. There we go. Now, let's see if that actually is going to win it. It may not, but we'll find out. I was going to say, probably the first one to 100 may actually get that at the rate we were going, but we're there now. So first, we have the 1000 Homo DJ Super Knot. That's a 1990 U.S. press, $39.99. The Blondie picture disc, plastic letter, sealed, $34.99. ZZ Top Afterburner is $24.99. ZZ Top Afterburner. Steely Dan Gaucho, an original 1980 U.S. press, Bob Ludwig mastering, $34.99. Tony Shore's at $102 on Depeche Mode. Scream, the compilation. Scream is $19.99, the compilation. Judy Mowat, that is Working Wonders. That is a Canadian pressing, $14.99. The Eagles, their greatest hits, $24.99. It's really screwing with me now. Fleetwood Mac Mirage, $19.99. Also, Grateful Dead, Go to Heaven, $29.99. Grateful Dead, Go to Heaven, $29.99. Craig Thompson on the Scream compilation. That's sold to Craig Thompson. If anybody wants the MC5 record, it's a $350 buy it now. This is an MC5 test pressing. One sold on eBay December 31st, 2009 for $1,125. The last one sold, like I said, 7 years ago. 7 years ago. MC5 test pressing. So there's only been 4 come up for sale ever on eBay, and none have ever sold on Discogs. $350. So 2 of our rarest records tonight are still available. $495 and $350. $495 and $350. Okay, we have Depeche Mode is at 102 with Tony Shore. Steely Dan Aja still available, $34.99. Also, ZZ Top Eliminator. Day One, the best of the festival. That's a reggae record as well, 1983, $22.99. Rockin' Dopsy and the Twisters, $14.99. This is Dim the Light. Winston Reedy, $29.99. Third World, $19.99. Trojan Records, Rude Boy Rumble. That's a 2015 Record Store Day, sealed $29.99. Depeche Mode's at 103. Molly Hatchet, No Guts, No Glory. Molly Hatchet is $24.99. U2 War is $39.99. McCartney 3, Green Vinyl, $29.99. And Slayer, Live Undead, that's a sealed remaster, $29.99. Craig Thompson says, give me the DJs as well. This is sold to Craig Thompson. Mark Lent wants the Winston. That is sold to Mark Lent, and Brad Bolin wants the Trojan Records, and he said actually Winston Condition. This is no condition notes, $29.99. Dim the Light, yes, very nice. EX Plus Near Mint Minus. Just let me know if you want that. First, we'll go ahead and pull Trojan for Brad Bolin, and Felix wants Slayer Live Undead. Fred Carr, or actually, who else was bidding? Fred's out. Steven, Tony Shore. Tony, let me know if you want to bid again. Stephen Free's at $103. Mark Lent will take the Winston. All right, that's sold to Mark Lent. That is sold to him. MC5. Now, just so everybody knows, test pressings are usually all handwritten. I don't know if most people are aware of that, but test pressings and like early releases like the MC5, they all are or usually handwritten from the studio like that. That's why that looks like that. And it's really weird. Sometimes you'll see double-sided promos or a test press. This is actually only single-sided. See, there's no grooves on the B side. So very interesting release there. Probably going to list that online at some point this week. Give everybody at least the end of the week in case somebody changes their mind. Really cool record here. This is Neil Young, Sugar Mountain. This is a promo copy. Neil Young, Sugar Mountain, and Looking for a Love. And that's going to be a $5 start. Neil Young, that's a promo copy. That's a promo copy of Sugar Mountain. That's a $5 start. Neil Young, that is Sugar Mountain. That's a $5 start. Depeche Mode is at 105 with Stephen Freyu. 105. Tony Shore, you're back out. We'll be done with that auction sometime at the end of the show. So in the meantime, we'll just let that chill in the back. And I got 3 new releases that a lot of people were pre-orders on in this next crate. So let me go ahead and show these, and let me get to the bottom of this crate. Tony Shore's at 110 on Depeche Mode. Tony Shore's at 110. They're still bidding. I've got a couple other LPs to put up for auction in just a second. First, let me grab a cup. I'm almost to 1/2 of the bottom of this tub, but we're getting there. Got all kinds of other cool collectibles and whatnots. This first is a Woodstock puzzle. This is a Woodstock 1,000-piece puzzle. It looks like the Woodstock poster, and that is $24.99. That's actually sealed. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Woodstock concert poster puzzle, $24.99, 1,000 piece. I have a Grateful Dead lunchbox, $29.99. Grateful Dead lunchbox, $29.99. And the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour lunchbox, which is sealed, that's $29.99. So Magical Mystery lunchbox, Grateful Dead lunchbox, and the Woodstock puzzle. Those are all still available. Woodstock puzzle, we have the Grateful Dead, and we have Magical Mystery Tour. Those are all available. Jake, I'm going to balance those right there on the edge. Hopefully they don't fall. The Depeche Mode's at 104, 105, 110, and now 130. Okay, so the first release I have in here is a new release from Black Sabbath, and this is called Reunion, $59.99. Black Sabbath Reunion. And I've got to pull up the pre-order for this, Black Sabbath Reunion. This was a pre-order in the group. This is the only one I don't have a list made for tonight. And this was on purple vinyl. This is $59.99. And so here it is, Black Sabbath Reunion, 3LP, indie exclusive, $59.99. And it's a open, that's the original Black Sabbath lineup, by the way. Purple vinyl, that's a live concert from 1997, $59.99. $59.99, and that was John Sheehan, Darren Wortman, Joe Gabriel, Shane Devers, Eric Blake, Lily McCurry, Felix Quintanilla, David Polkey, Joshua Cross, Scotty Hypes, Zach Elias, Steve Howe, Rob Band, Michael Cornett, Chris Crowley, Jared Benoit, Chris DeMoss, and Rich Recor. That's a new release from Black Sabbath. Comes out Friday, purple vinyl, 3LP, $59.99. The Depeche Mode is at $130. Sean Mankel on Black Sabbath, and Depeche Mode is at $131. Looking for a $5 start on Neil Young Sugar Mountain promo copy. $5 if anybody wants in on that. Final call. The other is the biggest release from Matchbox 20 for the Rocktober. This is Matchbox 20 Mad Season. The name of the album is Mad Season. That's Mad Season by Matchbox 20. And this is on blue vinyl, 2LP. First time ever on vinyl. And I think this album has several of their hits on it. That's a 2LP on blue vinyl, $39.99, Matchbox 20. Let me read the pre-order off for that. That was Lily McCurry, Todd Tipton, Sherry Darnell, James Bragg, Alan Case, Cameron Martin, Brandon Sanders, Cynthia Herdron, Walt Cruz, Chris Kirkley, Jerry Stone, Richard Davis, Kara Bauer, Stacey Brown, and Bill Walton. That's everybody that got one of those. And that was Matchbox 20 Mad Season. That's on blue vinyl. First time ever on vinyl, $39.99 for Matchbox 20. We pulled a Black Sabbath. Depeche Mode's at 131, now 132. And finally, we was worried that this was going to get delayed like a lot of Danzig title does, but Glenn Danzig, Black Area, and that is $31.99. This is $31.99. $31.99. That was Danzig, $31.99, Black Area. So let me pull that up and read out everybody who got that one. Black Area by Danzig, and the pre-order for that. Those are $31.99, and let me read off everybody who got it on the pre-order. Joshua Cross, Jesse Earlywine, Chuck Wilson, Todd Tipton, Dwayne Sevilla, James Bragg, Sean Fairweather, Jared Benoit, and Joe Frias. And I've got 5 left, and that's Danzig, and that's on Starburst colored vinyl, $31.99. That's sold to Felix Quintanilla. If anybody else wants one of those, let me know. If anybody wants Neil Young, first come, first serve, $5. First come, first serve, $5 if anybody wants in on that. Neil Young. Figured that would at least get something. Got a couple interesting Beatles boxes here. Let me grab this, and let me show this first. This is actually a Rolling Stones coaster set, $19.99. A Rolling Stones coaster set for $19.99. It's sealed. The little strip has come unglued. Just needs a little attach of glue or something there, this little strip that wraps around it. That's a sealed Rolling Stones coaster set, $19.99. It has coasters from all their albums. That's sold to Carol Puckett. And then these are Beatles box sets. I think they're technically like a homemade deal. Not really homemade, but like an unofficial, but they're official at the same time. So what they've done was, this is the Beatles Free as a Bird single. They've put it in a box, $29.99. That's the Free as a Bird single that came out, $29.99. And then this company has kind of made a book to go with it. So they've bundled this Beatles book and that single and put it in this box, and that's $29.99. That's Free as a Bird. Free as a Bird. Very unique, $29.99. Let me go back up the top, make sure I didn't miss anything. Shakedown got the Neil Young 45. Jake, that was $5. That's sold as shakedown for $5. Kelly Cook also wants a Danzig. I missed that. Kelly Cook gets a Danzig. Carol Puckett got the Rolling Stones coasters. And Depeche Mode's at $106. Chris Jack gets the Free as a Bird. That was $29.99. Also, Real Love. I like that one a lot. Real Love, $29.99. Same thing. This has the Real Love single. This is all from that anthology. This is all from the anthology series. So there's Real Love, picture sleeve, mint vinyl. It comes with a book, and it comes with a box. And that is the Beatles' Real Love. And that's also sold to Chris Jack. He gets that one as well, $29.99. And I've got one more. This is the Beatles' Baby It's You. Same thing. It's got the single. This is all stuff that came out around that anthology era in the mid-90s. Same thing. This has the book. It actually has a card with it as well. And there's the single. That's actually got 4 tracks on it. Baby It's You, Off All the Sun, Devil in Her Heart, and Boys, all in mono. There's the book with it. And that's the third and final one from that set. And that's a visual record. So official pressings of the vinyl and everything. And they pretty much made a book. And I guess they bought a bunch of the vinyl and put them in these boxes. So there's the third one. Maybe Chris will want that as well. I don't know how many that company made like that, but that's all the singles that came from that. So make it a trifecta. Chris gets all 3 of those. So Chris got all 3 of those. And those are marked. Depeche Mode. The high bid on Depeche Mode is Tony Shore at $132. Tony Shore is at $132. Let me recap this one more time. If anybody's just hopping on, I think it's officially been up. I don't know. I don't have a timer on it or anything, but it's getting close to a world record. This is on gray vinyl. Depeche Mode, the singles, 81 to 85. This is got the foil insert with it, gatefold. $133 with Stephen Freyu. Let me grab another auction to auction. Let's do the, what do we have here? Mutant Cats from Hell, a 1988 U.S. hardcore record, $25 start. Paul's got me a stack of LPs over here to auction. First is Mutant Cats from Hell. Very nice copy. OG, glossy cover. Very nice cover as well. And that is from 1988. It's a U.S. pressing. $25 start. Mutant Cats from Hell. $25 start on that. So that release was the Black Sabbath, the Matchbox 20, and the Danzig record. Only 3 titles in there. I've got another crate of new vintage arrivals, and we've actually been through 8 crates already tonight. Counting that one, which wasn't really a full crate, but that's 8 crates we've been through tonight. Wow. All right, I got some reel-to-reels tonight. And let me see what else I have in here. I got more lunch boxes and more puzzles. So I got some reel-to-reels. I meant to let the reel-to-reel people know. I had a list from a long time ago, but it was such a long time ago. So, all right, so here's some Rolling Stones playing cards. That's 2 decks, $29.99. Those are sealed Rolling Stones then and now playing cards, $29.99. I've got 2 8-tracks here. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. That's $6.99. And Mark Lindsay and Paul Revere and the Raiders Like Long Hair. That's $4.99. Bruce is $6 and Mark Lindsay is $4.99. A couple 8-tracks there. And if we've shown cassettes tonight, and we've done some CDs, so we've done, and we're going to have reel-to-reel. So we've went through almost every medium of music that was manufactured from the 60s through the 90s. So, okay. Let me put this right here. So let's go through a new crate of vintage arrivals Paul has for us. No claim on the cards, so those are still available for $29.99. And we got Bruce Springsteen. We have Mark Lindsay. Those are still available if anybody wants them. Okay, Depeche Mode. Where's we at? We is at 130. Let me get that one more time. I've lost it. Stevens at 133. Tony Shore, 133. And the Mutant Cats from Hell is a $25 start. $25 start on that. Okay. Let me grab a couple more things over here. Somebody's getting pulled over in our parking lot. Okay, new vintage arrivals. We have Fats Navarro, Fat Girl, the Savoy Sessions. Fats Navarro. That's a white label promo, $16.99. White label promo, Savoy. That is $16.99, white label promo. And here's Johnny, Magic Moments from the Tonight Show. That's sealed. And of course, if you were to open that up, it does have a poster with it, $21.99. I have 2 different Beatles items here. I have a Beatles lunchbox, kind of a collage. It's embossed. That is $24.99. Beatles lunchbox. That's embossed. $24.99. And I have a two-sided puzzle of Abbey Road. When you put it together, one side makes the front and one side makes the back. $24.99. $24.99. $24.99. That's the lunchbox, and that's the Abbey Road puzzle. So those are still available if anybody wants that. Okay, the 8 tracks were Bruce Springsteen and Mark Lindsay. $6.99 for Bruce Springsteen, and Mark Lindsay was $4.99. That goes $5. That goes with this. Does it say Shakedown? Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Jetstream wants to Johnny Carson. That's sold to Jetstream. And Brianna just sold. That's sold to Jetstream. Stanley Turrentine. Stanley Turrentine is $14.99. Stanley Turrentine. That's on the upfront label. $14.99. And the Jackson's Victory is $24.99. That is in shrink wrap with a hop sticker. $24.99. That's the Jackson's Victory. Okay, so I have a final call on Depeche Mode now. I was waiting for Tony. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Tony Shore actually said out earlier. Okay, I missed that comment. So that means we were at 133 with Stephen Free. I actually missed that comment where he said out. So 133, that's a final call. How many pieces does this puzzle have? 300 pieces. 300 pieces. 300 pieces on that, on the double-sided that's in the tin. Okay, we have Al Di Meola Scenario. Al Di Meola is in shrink wrap. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Al Di Meola, $14.99 for Scenario. That's in shrink wrap. And Psycho Sex, the Lords of the New Church. That's a French import, $19.99. $19.99. That is the Lords of the New Church. A Psycho Sex 12-inch single, French import, $12, or excuse me, $19.99. The Pair Extraordinaire. That is $19.99 on the Liberty label. And the Manhattan Transfer Junkin, $11.99. Ryan Anderson on Psycho. That's sold to Ryan Anderson. Let's go ahead and sell Depeche Mode to Stephen Freyu, and that was for $133. Stephen Freyu, $133 on that. All right, Craig Thompson, you were second. If anybody wants the Mutant Cats from Hell, it's a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on the Mutant Cats from Hell, if anybody's interested in that. Benny Wallace. Paul has a sticker here to let us know that Stevie Ray Vaughan plays on this record. $19.99. Benny Wallace, Twilight Time. That's a Blue Note record. $19.99. Fred Carnell, you were third on Lords. And the Individualism of Wild Bill Davison, that's $14.99. Brent Robley on Benny Wallace, that's sold to Brent Robley. Next is The Best of Yusef Lateef, a 1971 Presswell copy, $19.99. The Best of Yusef Lateef, $19.99. Okay, let me click on this and let me click over here. Let me step over here and see what else I have in this bin. I think we have more. Got these reel-to-reels, which I'll grab as soon as I show these next couple puzzles. I got a couple more double-sided puzzles. They're both $24.99. We had Abbey Road. This is Yellow Submarine and Magical Mystery Tour. So we got Abbey Road, Yellow Submarine, and Magical Mystery Tour. 300-piece double-sided puzzles. The back side of Yellow Submarine looks like different artwork than the actual back. That looks like the actual back of Magical Mystery Tour, and that is $24.99. I got three different ones of those. Three different ones of those. Okay, Colin Butler on Beal. That's so Benny. Yeah, Benny Wallace, and I think Colin Butler wants Wild Bill. Is that right, Colin? If so, that's sold to you. Next is Dr. Ice, Word to the Wise, Feeling Irie, and Make You Feel All Right. That is a sealed 12-inch single for $14.99. Okay, I got a really cool Steppenwolf promo here. This is the OG from 1968. It's a promo copy. And the only couple that are really active for sale are pretty beat up. And this one's very nice. It's a solid EX copy. And this is Born to Be Wild. We got it started for them. A white label promo on the ABC Dunhill label. That's going to be a $15 start. Pretty solid copy there. White promo copy. White label promo copy for Steppenwolf. Born to Be Wild. That's a $15 start, and that is now up for auction. Okay, next record in here is Gentle Giant Interview. Gentle Giant is $19.99. Gentle Giant Interview, $19.99. Also, what is my phone battery at? 5%. I got to grab my charger in just a second. Brooklyn Bridge, $14.99. This has their hit song, Worst That Could Happen. Brooklyn Bridge is $14.99. And Carmine A Piece is $16.99. Carmine A Piece, $16.99 for Carmine A Piece. David Crosby, 50th anniversary remaster of David Crosby, $29.99. If you could only remember my name, David Crosby is $29.99. If you could only remember my name. Now, I don't know if anybody has a reel-to-reel player, but if you do, and you collect these and look for them, you know how difficult these are to find. These are all extremely nice reel-to-reels. I'm going to show them to you. Very cool items here. And some of these are kind of hard to find comps. First is Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon, $34.99. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. These are reel-to-reels, $34.99. The Incredible String Band, The Hangman's Beautiful Daughter. This one was hard to find comps on. One actually sold for last year for over a couple $100 on eBay. $49.99 on this. This is the Incredible String Band. That one looks pretty much unplayed to me. It's kind of hard to tell on these. Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo, $74.99. Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo, $74.99. Electric Light Orchestra, ELO's Greatest Hits, $199.99. $199.99. ELO's Greatest Hits, $199.99. Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, $19.99 on Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. Boston, Don't Look Back, $124.99. Boston, Don't Look Back, $124.99. Simon & Garfunkel Bookends is $29.99. Neil Diamond, Hot August Night, $39.99. And Jefferson Airplane, this is a 2-in-1 After Bathing at Baxter's and Crown of Creation, $34.99. Those are all reel-to-reels. That's Joni Mitchell, Incredible String Band, Ted Nugent, ELO, Gary Puckett, Boston, Simon & Garfunkel, Neil Diamond, and Jefferson Airplane. Those are all available for sale. Those came from, I believe, the Pittsburgh batch of stuff. Okay, the puzzles, what year are these from? 2002. 2002, the puzzles. We have Grayson Hugh, Blind to Reason. Grayson Hugh is $9.99. And Girl School, Screamin' Blue Murder. Girl School is $19.99. Girl School, $17.99. Let's see here. First question is, what size tape are they? Can you show the condition of Boston? How much for ELO? And open Simon & Garfunkel. Can I see them again? Okay, lots of questions and requests there. So the first one is, first I can answer Joe and Calvin's at the same time. Boston is $124.99. Don't Look Back. 3 3/4 IPS 4-track. Boston, Don't Look Back. I can't say this for certain, but this thing looks like it's possibly never been played. 1978. $124.99. Boston, Don't Look Back. 4-track, 3 3/4 IPS. If that helps you with that. And the tape is, well, I'll just let you look at it. Okay, then the next question was the ELO. ELO was $199.99. This was ELO's Greatest Hits, $199.99. ELO's Greatest Hits. 1/4 inch, 3 3/4 per second. There's ELO's Greatest Hits, $199.99. Okay, and then Simon & Garfunkel. Simon & Garfunkel, this is Bookends. 4-track. This is 7.5 inch per second. Bookends. CQ1011. Bookends, Simon & Garfunkel. This is 7.5 IPS. 7.5 IPS on this one. Bookends. CQ1011. Debbie wants to see the puzzles again. That was Abbey Road, Magical Mystery Tour, and Yellow Submarine. Those are double-sided puzzles, new in metal tins, $24.99. I have a lot of Beatles stuff that didn't sell. I'll have to go through it at the very end. And I think we're caught up. Okay. Reel-to-reels. I have sold a couple reel-to-reel players this month, actually. We've had some very high-end ones come through. I've sold some for over $1,000, and I've sold some broken for $50. So I just know this, they're very delicate. Every one we've had is usually broken, and we have to fix it. But when you have them fixed and running, and you have a high-end one, it's amazing to listen to this. It's amazing how great these tapes sound. It is absolutely amazing. So Debbie wants the Magical Mystery Tour puzzle. This is sold to Debbie Blair. Okay, let's finish going through this crate. We have there he is, the JFK Memorial Album, $14.99. The JFK Memorial Album, $14.99. JFK Memorial Album. Also, Chicago 16. Chicago 16 is $14.99. Girl School. Boy, that's tough for me to say. Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. That's Screaming Blue Murder. That has the hype sticker on it, $19.99. $19.99. Supertramp, Brother, Where You Bound. Supertramp is $19.99. Brother, Where You Bound. Supertramp, $19.99. Yep, that's Debbie's. Big Band Machine, Buddy Rich. Big Band Machine, Buddy Rich, $16.99. That's on the Groove Merchant label. $16.99 for Big Band Machine. Mick Vicar, that is a German pressing for $17.99. Roger Daltrey, and that is a German pressing. That is a German pressing, Mick Vicar, $17.99. The Best of Alan Parsons Project, Volume 2. Don't see that one as often. It's in shrink wrap. The Best of APP, Volume 2. Has the original inner sleeve, $19.99. Jetstream wants the Buddy Rich record. That's sold to Jetstream. I also have John Sermon, Chick Corea, Dave Holland, and others on Bass Is. Bass Is. That's $21.99. That is a 1972 German import, $21.99. $21.99. Arm Lazelle wants Alan Parsons Project. That's sold to Arm Lazelle. Chris B. Jack was second. Milt Jackson, live at the Museum of Modern Art, 1965, $14.99. Milt Jackson, live at the Museum of Modern Art, 1965, $14.99. The Time, Ice Cream Castle, $24.99 for The Time. That's in shrink wrap. Very clean copy, $24.99. I have not sold the bobbleheads yet. I don't, honestly, David, I'm going to have to find them. I think I've got them behind the counter. I do. I have them behind the counter. Youthquake, Dead or Alive, is $17.99. I've got to look at them again. David, I was looking at them. I don't know if they're from 1965 or if they're something new. So, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to sell them tonight or not. Youthquake, Dead or Alive, that is $17.99. That and the Yellow Submarine record player, the box to that is still in Pittsburgh, which I'm going up there next week. So I've got to go get the box for the Yellow Submarine record player. Led Zeppelin Presence is $44.99. Led Zeppelin Presence is $44.99. That's a very clean copy. Embossed, that's actually very nice, $44.99. The ELO Reel-to-Reel. ELO Reel-to-Reel, that is right here. This is ELO's Greatest Hits. This is Electric Light Orchestra's Greatest Hits. It's a 3 3/4 inch per second reel-to-reel. That is $199.99. There's a lot of stuff behind the counter. You have no idea. I work every night organizing and sorting stuff behind the counter. Hours and hours, and it's always still a nightmare. Bob Dylan, John Wesley Harding, $29.99. When I say the show's over and I'm about to get to work, I usually start working behind the counter, and I don't ever make a dent in it. Bob Dylan's John Wesley Harding, that's an OG 67 copy in shrink wrap, $29.99. Roy Buchanan, Rescue Me. Roy Buchanan is an Italian pressing. Wow, an Italian pressing of Rescue Me. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. All right, let me grab next couple items out of this box over here. I got a few other DVDs I hadn't shown, and I have another puzzle and some more playing cards. And I've almost went through everything once, And then we'll do a gigantic, big, some kind of recap of all this stuff at the end so I can get it better sorted, because I've shown so much, I don't know what really I have shown. So let me stack these reel-to-reels over here. I'll probably get those listed online. If we don't sell them to anybody tonight, I still got to tag a couple people. I don't know if Daniel Cody's watching, but we have Larry Smith wants the Abbey Road puzzle. This is sold to Larry Smith. Led Zeppelin pressing. Let's take a look at it. Roy Buchanan is $24.99. The Led Zeppelin pressing, we don't have any notes on it, but where it's embossed, and let me check the dead wax and stuff. Pressed well. This would be Rockefeller pressed well. This has got to be from 76. Very, very nice copy. That's 76 Led Zeppelin presents, $44.99. That's a very clean copy of that. Curtis Blow, the brakes. Curtis Blow is $14.99. The brakes for Curtis Blow. Also, Alpha by Asia, and that's in shrink wrap with the hop sticker, $19.99. Asia Alpha, $19.99 for that. And we have the Curtain Falls, You and I. That is a $19.99 emo hardcore record, $59.99. Daniel Haynes on Curtis Blow. That's sold to Daniel Haynes. We also have Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down, $9.99 on Lionel Richie. And Supertramp, Breakfast in America. Supertramp, Breakfast in America is $24.99. Can I get my phone charger, Seth or Tanner or Jake or somebody, because my phone is on 4%. Supertramp, nice clean copy of that, $24.99. Got another deck of the Beatles playing cards. That's a 2-deck metal tin, $24.99. Thank you, Jake. Let me get my phone plugged in right quick. If we lose the chat, then the show's over because I can't see anything. So let me go get this. Let me bring the card a little bit closer. Got a few Beatles DVDs here. This is BBC Video, The Unseen Beatles. That is sealed, $6.99. The Beatles in Washington, D.C., February 11th, 1964. That is sealed for $9.99. Ladies and gentlemen, The Rolling Stones. That's a sealed DVD, $14.99. And this is actually out of print. These are pretty desirable. Hullabaloo, volumes 9 through 12. Hullabaloo is $19.99. This has Simon and Garfunkel, the Supremes, the Byrds, Marvin Gaye's on here, the McCoys, the Four Tops, Lovin' Spoonful, all those artists there. That's Hullabaloo, volumes 9 through 12. That's $19.99, the Hullabaloo TV show. Webster Vance wants Dead or Alive. I was waiting for somebody to grab that. You Spin My Head Round. That's sold to Webster Vance. Michael Nath first on the Rolling Stones. Sealed, ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones. Brent Robley was second on that. So Hullabaloo, the Beatles, and the Beatles. $6.99, $9.99, and $19.99. $19.99 on that. Okay, I still got some only Rolling Stones item not sold are these 2 decks of playing cards. Those are sealed for $29.99. Those are sealed for $29.99. The Girl School. That is still available. That is $19.99. It has the hop sticker, Screaming Blue Murder, $19.99. Screaming Blue Murder, $19.99. One other Beatles puzzle. Well, one other that I've already pulled out. This is a Beatles 3D sphere puzzle, $29.99. The Beatles 3D Puzzy Sphere. Interesting. It looks like a sphere. It's a puzzle, though. It's new and sealed, $29.99. 212 pieces. 212 pieces. There's a lot of Beatles merchandise out there, kind of like Kiss. $29.99. Let's do a very quick recap of this bin and what's left in it. Very quick recap of this bin and what's left in it. We have Fats Navarro, Stanley Turrentine, the Jacksons, Al Di Meola, the Pair Extraordinaire, Manhattan Transfer, Mutant Cats from Hell, The Best of Yusef Lateef, Dr. Ice, Gentle Giant Interview, also Brooklyn Bridge, Carmine Apiece, David Crosby, Grayson Hugh, JFK, Chicago 16, Supertramp, Mick Vicar soundtrack, Bass Is, Milt Jackson, The Times, surprised no one grabbed that, Bob Dylan, Roy Buchanan, Led Zeppelin, there's a couple of surprises too, Asia, this was The Curtain Falls, You and I, Lionel Richie, Supertramp, and Fred Carnell says he'll take a Girl School. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Fred Carnell. Okay, I've got 3 other Beatles lunch. Actually, this isn't a Beatles lunchbox, but I've got 2 Beatles lunchboxes and another lunchbox. This is Sgt. Pepper's lunchbox, It's actually sealed, $29.99. It's a dome lunchbox, Sgt. Pepper's, $29.99. Kind of an Beatles Abbey Road lunchbox there. That's $19.99. And this one looks like a cassette tape. That one looks like a cassette tape. It's embossed, and that's $19.99. $19.99. Kenny Heathcock says he'll take the Carmine apiece. Kenny Heathcock on Carmine apiece. Let me find that. It was right in here. Kenny Heathcock, Carmine apiece. Jake, that's so to Kenny. Okay, no one bid on Steppenwolf. I kind of forgot about it back here. $15 buy it now. Promo copy of Born to Be Wild, EX condition. $15 buy it now on that. $15 buy it now on that. Let me put some of this stuff actually back in the tub over here. Let me do that. Actually got some stuff I can, well, if we don't end up selling it tonight, got some stuff I can actually put out in the store for sale for once. Usually we're wiped out of this kind of stuff, and Larry Smith says he'll take SW, and that was the Steppenwolf promo. Sell that to Larry Smith for $15, Jake. $15 on that. Okay, let me swap out crates here. So actually, we have been through 10 crates of vinyl already. Wow. It is 9:37, and what I'm going to do is do some condensing and do some recapping. I can't believe we've already been through 10 crates of vinyl. That's incredible. So let me do some condensing here and figure out what's left. And I feel like we've had a lot of other stuff going on between auctions and miscellaneous items. I don't know if I've really got to focus and where everybody can tune in and really see what we have left. So why don't we do a big recap of all the new and pre-owned stuff that's left? Let me do some condensing here. I can't believe we've already been through 10 crates, though. That's pretty incredible at the pace we've been through, along with showing everything else as well. That's pretty incredible for the rate we normally go through. So there's that. There's this. And let me condense a couple more of these crates of vintage or pre-owned together. I think that was the very first crate of stuff we went through there, wasn't it? And yeah, there was the first crate of vintage stuff that we had went through almost 3 hours ago. So let me do some condensing there. That was that crate of check condition. So the 4 crates of vintage are now in 2, so we've sold pretty much half of that. And I'm going to very, very quickly go through the new titles for tonight, the restocks and new releases, very quickly. And what happened to my phone over here? Doors 45 is already sold. Depeche Mode is sold. Yes, Depeche Mode is sold. Okay. We have the Zombies, the complete studio recordings. That was $139.99. Journey's Greatest Hits Volume 2, $39.99. Black Sabbath Sabotage, $33.99. Sticky Fingers, $36.99. Rage Against the Machine self-titled, $31.99. Etta James At Last, $28.99. Rolling Stones Let It Bleed, $36.99. Beck Odelay, $33.99. Michael Jackson Thrillers, $28.99. Also Pearl Jam, $28.99. Even Flow. Neil Young, Harvest Moon, that's on clear vinyl, $44.99. Wilco, Sky Blue Sky, $46.99 for Wilco. Steel Wheels by the Rolling Stones, $36.99. Rage Against the Machine, $31.99. Evil Empire. Nirvana, live unofficial in Spain, Madrid, red vinyl, $44.99. Journey Escape, $31.99. Exile on Main Street, Half-Speed Master, $46.99. ZZ Top Eliminator, red vinyl, $31.99. Ozzy, No More Tears, $44.99. And Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour, $33.99. That was quick, wasn't it? Those are all available if anybody wants them. Those are all new and sealed. Those are new. I don't know if there's any new releases in there, but that was a lot of new restocks. And let me go ahead and grab this other crate. This is all new stuff, new and sealed, restocks and arrivals. Restocks and arrivals. 10-inch single Friday. I don't think that's available. I don't know if that's coming out to record stores. If so, I hadn't seen a pre-order on it. I haven't seen anything in my systems about on that. So, okay, so we have Cyndi Lauper. That was a new release. It's a Record Store Day Essential, 40th anniversary on blue vinyl, $34.99. Huge pre-order on that. Lydia Lunch, $31.99 for Lydia Lunch. AFI, Sing the Sorrow, $54.99. Enough's Enough, Animals with Human Intelligence, $31.99. The House is Rockin', a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan, $28.99. AC/DC Jailbreak, 74 Jailbreak, $33.99. The new Ringo, $29.99. Traveling Wilburys, $36.99. Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits, $36.99. Notorious B.I.G. now playing his Greatest Hits, $28.99. B-52's Greatest Hits, that's on blue or purple and pink vinyl, $44.99. Woodstock, Portugal to Man, $29.99. Brent Robley wants the SRV tribute, that's sold to Brent Robley. Traveling Wilburys Volume 1, $36.99. Jim Nielsen wants an Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits, that's sold to Jim Nielsen. Alan Jackson Honky Tonk Christmas, that's $31.99. Romelu wants the Notorious. Actually, before that, Barry wants AC/DC. Barry Seagrave on AC/DC. Romelu gets the Notorious. Those are sold. Bob Dylan, Christmas in the Heart, $31.99. MC5, these are all Rocktober exclusives here on colored vinyl. This is on clear vinyl. MC5, back in the USA, $29.99. Aha's on orange vinyl, $29.99. MC5, High Time, that's on colored vinyl, $29.99. The Darkness, blue marbled vinyl, $31.99. Slayer, Decade of Aggression, $39.99. And then the very popular MC5, Kick Out the Jams, $29.99. That's on splatter vinyl. That crate's done. Next crate is, I just went through those. Let's go through these. This is the first crate I went through. This is the very first crate of We Sold For. Jim Croce has come in. Jim Croce's in. I thought I was going to have one extra to sell, but somebody else pre-ordered it, and it slipped by me. So all three, let's see, anything that I sold out of, 2 other copies of Psycho Circus came in. Next on the list was Ron Duffield and Roger Radloff. I still got like 50 other people on that list. They're only sending me like 2 and 3 copies about every few days. Very in demand, Psycho Circus. I still got a lot of people on that waiting list. Nickelback, The Long Road, C. William Pop. 2 other copies of Fastway finally came in. Toed Tallman and Brian Legan was next on the list. I only ordered 6 copies of the Cranberries, and all 6 copies came in. Sherry Darnell, Chris Kirkley, Scotty Hopps, Darren Wortman, Autumn Betts, and George Buchanan. There was the pre-order for Cyndi Lauper. Jim Croce, David Johnson, Nikki Cox, and David Taylor. David Johnson, Nikki Cox, and I only had 3 of those. So, David, you've got one. New Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me, Rocktober on blue vinyl, $29.99. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. Matchbox 20, one of the many new releases for today or for Friday. White colored vinyl, Matchbox 20 North, $29.99. First time on vinyl. REM, first time, not first time on vinyl. Let me restart on that one. REM, Automatic for the People, indie exclusive yellow vinyl, $36.99. Barry Seagrave wants Fleetwood Mac. That's sold to Barry. We have Black Sabbath, Live Evil, Super Deluxe, $99.99. Live Evil, Super Deluxe, Black Sabbath. Scorpions, Taken by Force, that's on colored vinyl, $36.99. The other Matchbox 20, that's a 2 LP on violet purple vinyl, $38.99. That's Matchbox 20, More Than You Think You Are. They've had 4 albums come out for Rocktober. Steve Cropper, with a little help from my friends, $29.99. Cinderella, live at the Key Club. Forever just asked earlier. Cinderella is $33.99. Nirvana Bleach is $28.99. Bad Company 10 from 6 is $29.99. Pearl Jam Versus is $31.99. Uriah Heep Anthology 2 LP yellow vinyl, $39.99. New release. And the Lost Boys soundtrack, always popular, red vinyl, $39.99. Lost Boys. Travis McLarty says he'll take a Cinderella. Okay, that's so to Travis McLarty. There is a very, very quick recap. And of course, the other crate was Danzig, the other Matchbox 20, and Black Sabbath. Danzig, Matchbox 20, and the other Black Sabbath. That's what's left in the other crate of new vinyl. That's Black Sabbath Reunion live concert, the triple LP trifold cover on purple vinyl, Danzig, Black Area, and Matchbox 20. That's all of the new vinyl from tonight. So here's what I want to do on some of the vintage. I'm extremely motivated to sell some records. So I'm going to do a recap and offer everything that was tonight for very fair considerations on buy it now or best offer. So if you want to buy anything that's left from tonight, I will entertain very fair offers. They're buy it now, best offer. Anything that is still left. And I think this is some of the first couple crates we went through tonight. I'm going to start putting away some of the collectibles that we had. And before I do that, I got a few other items a few other items I have not shown. So let me show the last few items I have not shown. And then I'm going to start putting everything back in this tub to put out here in the store for sale if you don't purchase anything that's left here. So let me show these one more time. And I'm really glad just to have some merchandise. I would love to sell all this to you, but we have half of a store to fill up. How do I get that Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits? Jim Nielsen, I've got you an Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits. Your name's on it. It is sold to you. It is sold to you. This is pretty cool. A little bit of nostalgia here too. Original Tower Records price tag. This is Sly and the Family Stone fresh. Nice price, sealed from Tower Records in this nice price box. $14.99. That is sealed. Sly and the Family Stone CD. Nice price from Tower Records. I've got two different sets of these. This is the Beatles. It's a 128-page book and 9 magnets. So it's a book about the Beatles and 9 magnets. $9.99. This is the Beatles book and magnet set. It's in this metal tin. $9.99. There's one set, and I have another set. And this is a book and magnets. Actually, this one is, oh, my bad. This one is $14.99. It's opened, and this one is sealed. And this one's sealed, $19.99. I think you can take the lid off. I think you can. Yeah, but it's sealed. It's sealed. So, Debbie, let me know which one you want. This is the open one for $14.99, or I've got a sealed one for $5 more, $19.99. Sly and the Family Stone CD. And this is a lot of random stuff from Hard Rock Cafe. I think there's 3 bottle openers, a keychain, a patch, a bandana, and some mints. But that's all various items from Hard Rock Cafe London and Hard Rock Cafe Pittsburgh. Everything in there is $19.99. There's a patch, 3 bottle openers, a keychain fob, a bandana, and some mints that I recommend you don't eat because I think they're quite old. Debbie Blair says she'll take the sealed. Daniel Hayes wants this packet of Hard Rock Cafe items. Those are sold to Daniel Hayes. So I'm putting over the open set and the Sly Stone. Let me get that out of the way. We had an Abbey Road lunchbox for $19.99, and we had a cassette lunchbox for $19.99. $19 and $19.99 on those. Let me set all that off to the side here. $19.99 each on those. There's that. That and that. Okay, let's go ahead and go through a few albums right quick. Cassette box 15. Is that an offer? $15. I guess I'll sell that to you. The problem is shipping this thing. It's going to cost $15 to ship it. But, Brent, I hope you have other stuff that's going in your box this week. These bigger items, I usually is like, well, if you put that in a box and ship it to your address, it's probably going to cost $15. But I'm going to sell it to you for $15. So, all right, let's go through a few albums here. This is Sorrows, Teenage Heartbreak, EX Condition, $14.99. If you want to make a fair offer, go ahead and do it on anything in here. Face the Panic, The Reclamation, that's EX, $11.99, 2007 hardcore release. Also, Rita Marley, One Draw, That's the Way. EX Condition, $14.99 on Rita Marley. Reggae Greats, Pablo Moses, EX Condition, $27.99. The Royal Rosses, featuring Prince Lincoln Thompson, Humanity. That's a VG Plus, $31.99. The Stevie Ray Vaughan was that Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute. It was a Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute, Rockin' Down the House. It was a tribute record to SRV. The Beatles Yellow Submarine Puzzle, double-sided, sealed, $24.99. And the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's Lunchbox, sealed, $29.99. A couple more Beatles items there. Sgt. Pepper's Lunchbox, Yellow Submarine Puzzle. Those are still available. Putting those away. Trying to clear off my workstation here a little bit better. The 45s, the other 45s are buried somewhere tonight. Michael, I have more of those Stevie Ray Vaughan records, though. That was a new release, actually. I have one other copy of that. It was... I have one other copy if you would like to see it. So, Cannonball Adderley, Big Man. Cannonball Adderley is in EX Condition, $17.99. The Rolling Stones. This is a 73 original Presswell press. VG Plus Condition, $42.99. It has the original inner sleeve and insert. It has the original inner sleeve and the goat head soup insert. That is $42.99. We have Mark Lent on Pablo. That is the Pablo Moses. Sell that to Mark Lent. This is Sticks and Stones, theme song for nothing. EX condition, $36.99. An original 1993 U.S. pressing with sticker and lyric book. EX condition, $36.99. Noiseworks. Noiseworks is EX condition, $12.99. And this is Figure 33, a 1994 U.S. press VG Plus condition, $49.99. VG Plus condition, $49.99. Okay, there's the pre-order. There's the pre-order sheets. Need to see those. Let me put away a couple other things. Sealed Beatles playing cards in metal tin, 2 decks, $24.99. And another Beatles lunchbox, kind of a lot of stuff going on that one, like a collage. That was $24.99. So another Beatles lunchbox and Beatles playing cards. Those are available. Those are available for your consideration. Here's a 45. I have not ran it tonight. This is Simon and Garfunkel, Mrs. Robinson. And this is a, I forget, I don't have this one noted. Where's this one from? Is this a Spanish? I believe it's Spanish, because it does say Simon E. Garfunkel. So this is an about VG condition. This is about VG condition. And this is a $10 start. Simon & Garfunkel, Mrs. Robinson picture sleeve. The vinyl's in about VG condition. I have not put that up yet tonight. $10 start on that. Michael Naff said he would take one of those Stevie Ray Vaughns if it's vinyl. It is vinyl, and I have one extra. I ordered those strictly for all of our SRV buyers, which 2 of those people tonight have bought one. I figured the other ones might want one as well. But this is The House is Rockin', a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Trevor Rabin's on here, Steve Morse, Albert Lee. It's on splatter vinyl. Those are $28.99. If anybody else wants one, I'll have to order for you. The cards, that was my next handful of stuff here I'm about to put away. The Rolling Stones cards are still available, $29.99. $29.99. Michael Knapp said he already has that, so that's still available if anybody wants it. Bruce Springsteen 8-track and the Mark Lindsay 8-track, those are $6.99 and $4.99. $6.99 and $4.99. Those are cassette tapes. Brent Robley says he'll take the Rolling Stones cards. Stevie Ray Vaughan, though, is going back in the bin if anybody wants that. It's $28.99. Those 2 cassettes are going to go right there. And before I show all those reel-to-reels again, let me grab a few other things. I got to stack these crates back up because they're in my way now. Simon & Garfunkel, $10 start on that. And I've got 2 other puzzles I'm about to put away. This is the Beatles 3D Sphere puzzle. That was new and sealed, $29.99. And the Woodstock puzzle is new and sealed, $24.99. That's a Barnes & Noble. I think that's really cool. Looks like it's very well made. That's a Woodstock puzzle, the original concert poster puzzle, sealed $24.99. And the Beatles Sphere puzzle, the Sphere puzzle, is $29.99. Okay, getting a few things out of our way here so we can get to more stuff, right, Jake? We got stuff stacked up everywhere around here, where I've went through all this stuff and priced it last night. Sherry Darnell says she'll take a Stevie Ray Vaughan. Actually, Brent put it, or Michael already had it, so he put it back. So I actually have one I can sell you, Sherry. Stevie Ray Vaughan. So sell this to Sherry Darnell. Let's see here. We have what Sticks and Stones album? Sticks and Stones. That is Theme Song for Nothing. It's an original 1993 U.S. pressing with sticker and lyric book, EX $36.99. This is Simon & Garfunkel. The songs on this is Mrs. Robinson and the Sound of Silence. This is not double-sided. This is not double-sided. This is the Sounds of Silence and Mrs. Robinson. Spanish pressing, VG condition, about a VG sleeve as well. That's a $10 start. It's about to be a buy it now. Let me put away, let me move these crates. I've restacked them again. Set this over here. Okay, let me set these off to the side. And first I'll do these DVDs. The Hullabaloo, that was $19.99. 2 different Beatles DVDs. That was the Washington, D.C. concert from February 11th, 1964. And the Unseen Beatles from the BBC. That's $6.99 and $9.99. Those are sealed, and the Hullabaloo is $19.99. Some of those that sold at auction pretty pricey, those Hullabaloo collections. Very cool. Pretty much the only way to get those are on those DVDs. Some of those clips are on YouTube, but if you want to sit down and watch the definite series of them, that's pretty much one of the only ways you can get them. All right, let me go ahead and go through The rest of this bin, or a few more right quick. This was Crooklyn Clan meets DJ Cool, EX condition, $9.99. I'm doing a big recap of the vintage stuff left from the night. I will entertain offers on anything that's left here. Moth the Hoople is VG Plus condition, $14.99. Moth the Hoople. Jean-Luc Ponty, Imaginary Voyage, VG Plus condition, $9.99. Catfish Hodge, that is a VG Plus $9.99. That is a promo label. Catfish Hodge, that's on 20th Century Westbound. That is a promo. Michael Nass at 10 on Simon & Garfunkel, Final Call. Bob Dylan and the Band, VG Plus condition, $24.99. 2LP Gatefold, Bob Dylan and the Band, VG Plus condition, $24.99. Horse Lips, Aliens, that was VG Plus $9.99. And When You're in Love, the Whole World is Jewish. That is VG Plus $9.99. One more, Jimi Hendrix, The Sky's Crying, VG Plus condition overall, $27.99. Jetstream said he'd give $18 for Bob Dylan and the Band. Sell that to Jetstream for $18. Sell this to Michael Nath for $10. And let me show a few more Beatles items here, or other items. I got the Theory 11 Beatles playing cards. I thought those were really cool. I might keep the one there in the middle if no one buys them tonight. They're $11.99 each, or if anybody wants all 3 decks, $30. That's the Theory 11. Very well made playing cards there. Sgt. Pepper's theme. Have a Gary Moore Blu-ray disc. That's $14.99. Gary Moore live at Montreux 2010. And I've got 2 of these. That's the Beatles playing cards. That's the Beatles playing cards. That's a 2LP in the metal tin, $24.99. Those are Beatles playing cards in the metal tin. Kind of a Let It Be theme. Let It Be theme there. Brent Robley says he'll take all 3 of these. So Jake, make those 10, 10, and 10 to Brent Robley. And Michael Naff says he'll take the Gary Moore Blu-ray. Still got the Beatles playing cards from Let It Be in the metal tin. Very cool stuff here. This guy from Pittsburgh, his collection, guys, it's one of these that I need to really, I've been talking to a couple people that edit videos, and this collection's worthy of like a featured film, the amount of stuff he has. And I'm going back up there. So we've been to his house twice, and he has more. And it's just simply incredible. I mean, we're talking 60 years of buying nothing but really cool stuff, in my opinion. Just autographs. Of course, he obtained most of the autographs, but collecting the bootlegs, the imports, his 45 collection, it's all boxed up in the back. So literally every night, I'm like Nicolas Cage, and I'm opening up a box, National Treasure, and it's like, what is going to be in here? And that's what we do every night. Right, Tanner? Tanner was helping me last night. I would open a box, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, look at all these 45s. It's all like foreign imports and autographs, and I didn't even know they were back there. So pretty amazing what's in our back room that I dig out every night. And the reason I don't know what's back there is because Paul did all the buying. And it was all kind of brought back here. It was all boxed up, and our back room is literally full. And so I go to the back, and I open up a box, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these 45s. That's some of the ones that we're selling tonight. So 2 more lunch boxes. This is the Magical Mystery Tour lunch box. It's sealed, $29.99. That's sealed. And we have a Grateful Dead lunch box. That's also $29.99. So 2 more. There's Magical Mystery Tour, and there is Grateful Dead, $29.99. So we buy these collections sometimes, and they don't get the public attention that they need. Because this guy, I've got all the photographs of him meeting all these incredible people. It's quite honestly really, really cool. Okay, here's a couple other 45s. This is really cool. This is Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, an original from 1970. It looks very nice. It's about VG Plus to EX condition. VG Plus to EX condition. And this is the original 1970 Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. That is going to be a $12 start. That's very cool. The B-side is God Is Love. I'm going to call it, just to be very conservative, overall, a VG Plus copy. $12 start on Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. A classic. I mean, very important song. This is also really tough to get. Bob Seger, If I Were a Carpenter. This is extremely nice. The vinyl on this is really nice. That's on that early label, Palladium. And these are 2 singles. These are 2 singles from Smokin' OPs. If y'all know that album, Smokin' OPs. This is his cover of If I Were a Carpenter, the Tim Hardin song, and Jesse James, which is an old traditional arrangement. That is extremely nice vinyl. That's also a $12 start. And that's Bob Seger, If I Were a Carpenter. Early recordings there of Bob on the Palladium, or earlier, I should say, earlier recordings. All right, let me go back up to the top. We had an offer for Mott the Hoople for $10. That was GC Colleton. Let's go ahead and sell that for $10, the GC Colleton. Next is Black Sabbath Reunion is in. Yes, that is Black Sabbath Reunion. Is it me or the rest of you hear every other word? That might be something on your end, Scott. And we have bids on both auctions. Marvin Gaye's at 12 and Bob Seger's at 12. Let's go back through a few more of these records that's left from this bin. Yusef Lateef, Hush and Thunder, EX condition, $12.99. And Sing Out Barbados, that was a VG Plus $11.99. That's a Barbados import, Sing Out Barbados. ISIS, ain't no backing up now. ISIS is VG Plus condition, $14.99. Marvin Gaye's now at $14. Under the Influence of Love Unlimited. Love Unlimited, VG Plus condition, $9.99. Also, Donovan in Concert, VG Plus condition, $12.99. That's in shrink wrap and has the hype sticker on it. VG Plus condition, $12.99. Todd Rundgren, Something Anything, EX condition, $22.99. That's actually a misprint variant. So I'm doing a big recap of the Beatles stuff that's left. We got a few and other small collectibles I got over here. I've almost gone through everything again. We've sold we're on pace to sell at least half of everything we've shown tonight, which is great because I priced like 4 or 5 U-Haul boxes full of stuff. This is Living with the Dead. This is an audiobook cassette for any deadheads there. Audiobook cassette. Sealed, unopened, $19.99. We still got the Beatles fridge magnet. That's $6.99 for the Beatles magnet. The Beatles keychain was $6.99. I got a Grateful Dead Deadhead patch, $6.99. And a Magical Mystery Tour patch, $6.99. The Beatles diary, that is sealed. That is the Beatles driver and road manager Alf Bicknell's personal Beatles diary. He traveled with the Beatles for pretty much 2 years, $6.99. This is sealed and original from 2001. Radiohead Amnesiac, special edition book and CD. That is sealed from 2001, $49.99. Got 2 comic books left. The Man Thing, which is a vintage 70s, 1974 Marvel book, comic book and a record set, $34.99. And Star Trek and X-Men comic from 1996. This was a mashup they did with X-Men and Star Trek from 1996. That's the first issue, $9.99. Radiohead, Beatles, both patches. Brent said he'd give $10. Sell those to Brent Robley for $10. Got the keychain, the magnet, and the Grateful Dead. Final call. Bob Seger's at $12. That's going twice, going 3 times. And Marvin Gaye got a few bids there. Michael Knapp said out. Calvin is at $22 on the Marvin Gaye. What's going on? That is an original OG Press Tamla Motown 1970. Very cool. All that's going back in the bin there. If anybody decides they want any of that, just let me know. Let me go through a few more LPs. Actually, you know what? I've got some stuff here that Paul set aside to auction, and we never did get to it. These are all records that he wanted, or he set aside to auction. He preferred if we would auction them, but I never did get to them. So let me show them. First is Bob Marley. This is a UK import of African Herbsman, $29.99, and these are sticker price. Bob Marley and the Wailers, African Herbsman, $29.99. Slightly Stupid, Closer to the Sun, that's $49.99, 2017. Most of the stuff was in the hot picture. Slightly Stupid is $49.99. Boston Picture Disc, 40th anniversary. That is sealed from 2016, $29.99. Boston Picture Disc. Chris Bijak is going to get the Bob Marley. That's so to Chris Bijak. I've never seen a picture disc of this. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. That is a 2013 remastered picture disc, $41.99. How cool. That's very artistic there. That's always been a great cover, but as a picture disc, that's really cool. $41.99. That's Derek and the Dominoes. And Woodstock 69. I had these when they first came out as an unofficial for the first time ever on vinyl, and it's still an unofficial, but that's the Woodstock 69 concert, which Woodstock was in 69. Woodstock 1969, $39.99, to make that clear. $39.99 on that. All right, let's go ahead and end these. Calvin Ward gets to Marvin Gaye for $12, and Brent Robley, only one bid there on Bob Seger, If I Were a Carpenter. I don't know where all the 45s have ended up tonight, but wherever they are, I need to keep them aside so we can re-sleeve them. Most of them all need new sleeves. Okay, I think there's only a couple 45s left that I didn't get to tonight that was part of the hot picture. Here's the other one. This is a very nice and early pressing of Cream, Sunshine of Your Love. Check this out. Extremely nice vinyl. His 45s, just like everything else, if he had something, very few are in low grade. And this says The Cream, Sunshine of Your Love, and that is 67, and that's going to be a $15 start. Cream from Disraeli Gears, Atco, 7-inch single. Extremely nice copy there. Sunshine of Your Love, $15 start. And the B-side is another great track, Swallow Bar, The Cream. Yeah, exactly, The Cream. Woodstock is sold to Sherry Darnell. I wonder if Rob's still watching. We had another argument over Eagles and the Eagles earlier. Actually, not an argument. We had a debate. We don't argue here. We just debate. Usually what I say is the final decision, though. Yellow Submarine. This is John. The Beatles Yellow Submarine, $74.99. This is John Premium Motion Statue. The Beatles Yellow Submarine, $74.99. One of the more desirable series there of the Yellow Submarine. Calvin Ward's at 15 on The Cream. The Cream. I love it. The Cream. Can't argue with that one. It's written right on the label. Cheap Trick, Lap of Luxury, EX Condition, $27.99. We have Dead Guy, Fixation of a Coworker. That's EX Condition, $59.99, an original 1995 US pressing. Ultimate Spinach, VG Plus Condition, $39.99. Ultimate Spinach is VG Plus Condition, $39.99. We have Cheap Trick in Another World. Cheap Trick is sealed, $29.99. We also have two offers that just came in on Cheap Trick, $24 and $20. Chris, you were first, but Michael Nath offered more, so if you want it for $24, I'll sell it to you for $24, Chris. If not, then I'll sell it to Michael Nath for $24. So The Cream, Sunshine of Your Love, this is $15, very clean copy, Calvin Ward, $15 on that. I usually put the in front of everything anyways. I'm really bad about saying the Sticks. I'll say the Sticks instead of six, and the ZZ Top. It's just, plus my brain is full. This isn't easy work, okay? This is almost as difficult as rocket science, what I do every night. Right, Seth? Eric Clapton is sealed, $34.99. This is sealed, $34.99. No comment? Seth has no comment. Sealed, $34.99. That's a remastered of Eric Clapton. Almost said Cream. He's in Cream, of course. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees. This is also sealed. It's a Kevin Gray remaster, $39.99. Ultimate Spinach from the night. I think it's still available. Chris said he will take this for $24, so that Cheap Trick is sold to Chris Bijak for $24. Michael Nav said he will take the Other World for $24. Sell that to Michael Nav for $24. And let's sell Calvin Ward The Cream for $15. That's sold for $15. I don't think I've got many more. I've got other 45s left, but they wasn't really ready for tonight. Actually, you know what? I have one more Eagles. I got one more Eagles. This one's from Italy. This is one of the only ones in one of these unique picture sleeves. This is Eagles, the Eagles or Eagles. This is Those Shoes and Sad Cafe. Very nice. Wow, that's very clean vinyl. And I hadn't even really cleaned it yet. Most of these I don't really have ready as in I hadn't cleaned them, but I'm just looking at them at first glance, and that just needs a wipe down. This is very nice. There's a little bit of dust on it. And this is from Italy. This is going to be we'll do this for a $25 start. That's the Sad Cafe and Those Shoes. Two great songs. That's an Italian picture sleeve from Eagles, which just don't sound right. $25 start on that. That's a 45 that I have not shown tonight. Let's see what else I have over here. Got a few more 45 auctions. Well, I was kind of partial to this one. This is, in my opinion, just awesome. I'll start this for $15. This is Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, and Long Time Gone. Check that out. Long Time Gone and Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Look how nice the vinyl is. Extremely nice. This is going to be a $15 start. Long Time Gone. It looks like a promo label. But there's actually no promo markings. I think I've had this before, and that's why, and I think I kept it. That's why I think I'm going to go ahead and sell this one. I really don't know, though. I hadn't looked through my 45s in a long time that I have back at home. $15 start. Very cool there. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes and Long Time Gone. That's now up for auction. $15 start. And the Eagles is a $25 start. Greg Allman, Southern Blood, that is sealed, $24.99. Sealed picture disc. These are all bought now, best offer to wrap up the night. Just going back through some stuff. Jackson Brown, Running on Empty, that's sealed for $29.99. Deja Vu is sealed for $39.99. The Zoo, 1968 Monarch Press, $149.99. Still available. That's on Sunburst. The Zoo, $149.99. Dead Guy. My best price on Dead Guy tonight would probably be $55, Raven. $55 on Dead Guy. Crosby, Stills, and Nash is at $15, $15, $16, $17, $18. Also want to show you a few more Beatles items I have over here to recap. I've almost gone through everything twice as I'm putting them away in the tub. Got first a pack of guitar picks. I got a pack of guitar picks, a little metal tin. 15 guitar picks, $9.99. Various ones. They're all different ones. More playing cards. This looks like this is going to look like images from their 45 picture sleeves. They're singles. $9.99. That's sealed. Another Beatles playing cards. Various images. $9.99. So those are $9.99 each. Those two decks of playing cards. Jerry on Jerry, the unpublished Jerry Garcia interviews. That is a sealed audio CD. $9.99. Still got this. The Beatles. This is Abbey Road. This is extra large t-shirt and CD with this plastic crate. So it's kind of like a crate with a CD and a t-shirt. And that is $39.99. It's sealed. The Beatles Abbey Road t-shirt, CD, Jerry Garcia, 2 decks of playing cards. Let me set those right over here. There is that. There's Jerry Garcia. There's those. Let's go ahead and make the Eagles a $25 buy it now if anybody wants that. That's the Italian picture sleeve. $25 buy it now on that. The Jerry Garcia is $9.99. And I left out the Beatles guitar picks. Those are $9.99 for the Beatles guitar picks if anybody wants those. The what? Cream 45 was $15 to Calvin Ward. A couple people still bidding on Crosby, Stills, and Nash. The high bid is $22 with William Warback. And the Eagles Sad Cafe and those shoes, that's Italian, $25 buy it now. Also, the Cars Candy-O Expanded Edition, that's sealed for $34.99. Chicago Transit Authority 50th Anniversary, that's sealed for $49.99. This is Cheap Trick Live, sealed, $54.99. 2020 Record Store Day, $54.99. Boz Scaggs Dig, that is sealed, $26.99. Also, B.B. King and Eric Clapton, Riding with the King, sealed, $49.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, that's on burgundy colored vinyl, sealed, $49.99. Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen, that appears unopened, $49.99. That's a music on vinyl pressing. Jim Croce's Greatest Hits, that's new and sealed, $27.99. The Cal Seals, Record Store Day, $24.99. Creed Human Clay, $39.99. And Colors, the Best of Judy Collins, that is sealed, $16.99. Let's sell Brent Robley this Eagles picture sleeve and the Jerry Garcia audio file or audio book, $29 for both of those, Tanner. $29 for both of them. That Eagles 45 and this Jerry Garcia audio book. Those are both sold to Brent Robley. Yes, let's not forget about the. Wow, that would be wild, wouldn't it, if that record popped up tonight. Let's sell William Warback, the Crosby, Stills, and Nash for $22. That's sold to William Warback for $22. The. That would be wild. The. And a few other Beatles items over here as I recap these one last time. I thought this would definitely sell. I thought this was one of the neatest puzzles of the night. It's the Yellow Submarine puzzle, shaped like a yellow submarine in a die cast or a metal Yellow Submarine tin. Or is it metal? I don't know if that's actually metal or like some kind of hard cardboard. I don't actually think that's metal. Or is it? Yeah, that's metal. $29.99, Yellow Submarine. That's new and sealed. And then this Beatles puzzle, 1,500 pieces. 1,500 pieces. That's $29.99 for that Beatles puzzle. And we had the sealed magazine This is the Bob, Sonic Youth and Flaming Lips. It comes with this flexi disc, and that's a $19.99. This Yellow Submarine puzzle is, good question, it's 500 pieces. I think that's what it looks like. That's what the actual image looks like. I can't tell if that's metal or not. No, I think it's just hard cardboard. And a pretty cool, though, die-cut Yellow Submarine shaped tin. There's that magazine, sealed with that Flaming Lips and Sonic Youth sleeve. So, that's almost it from that tub, except for these 3 VHS tapes. Haven't shown these. This is the History of Rock and Roll from Time Life. These are $4.99 each. This is the History of Rock and Roll. You have Rock and Roll Explodes, My Generation, and the 70s Have a Nice Decade. And that's a Time Life like documentary about rock and roll from Time Life. Those are $4.99 each. I guess probably need to keep those together as a set. $14.99 for all 3 of them. I think I priced them all individually, and then I found all 3 and realized it was a set. So $14.99 for that set from Time Life. And the only book, I haven't shown any books. We'll either do those tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. Well, I priced 317 books last night. And here's one of them. This is $24.99. This is The Days in the Life, The Lost Beatles Archive. It's a hardback book. It's a hardback book, and it includes a VHS tape. It's a hardback book, A Day in the Life. It's a hardback book about the Beatles, and it includes this VHS tape, $24.99. The reason I'm showing that is because I found the tape in a different box later. So I've got some amazing books. I know we have a lot of Beatles fans, Stones fans. There's this books about the blues. Also, if you're local, they're actually out in the store for sale. So it looks like a couple sold today, but I don't know that for certain. But I can see a couple gaps because I posted that they were all in here for sale. Very cool stuff. A lot of the actual retail value of all those books is quite a lot. And what's the recap of this being? Was this a recap? Yes, this is a recap. I'll read some of the first titles. Jimi Hendrix, Horace Lips, Catfish Hodge, John Luke, Crooklyn Clan, Sticks and Stones, Figure 33, Noiseworks, The Stones, Cannonball Adderley, The Royal Rosses, Rita Marley, and this was Face the Panic, The Reclamation, and Sorrows. And then the 2 high-end records for tonight that did not sell was the MC5 MC5 test pressing. That's not the original sleeve. MC5 test pressing, that was $350. Last one sold was 7 years ago, and one sold back in 2007 for over $1,200. And then we still got the Velvet Underground, which is $495. Price and condition of Goat Head Soup. Goat Head Soup is in VG Plus condition, $42.99. This has the original inner sleeve, and it has the Goat Head Soup insert, and that is an OG press, and that is $42.99. $42.99, VG Plus condition. I'm going to put that inside the gatefold, actually. Anybody else on, I think I have done a recap. I've recapped half of the vintage. I've recapped half of the vintage from the night. I've been through all the new vinyl twice, and I've been through all of the Beatles and Collectibles twice, except for these reel-to-reels. The reel-to-reels I had was Simon & Garfunkel, Joni Mitchell, Ted Nugent, Boston, ELO. I had some of those. They're still available. Blondie picture disc for $25. I will sell that to you. First, let me show Fred Carnell, the Cannonball Adderley. EX condition, $17.99. It's a promo copy of Big Man, The Legend of John Henry, starring Joe Williams, Randy Crawford, and Rupert Guillaume, maybe. And that is Cannonball Adderley's Big Man. And the question, the one Michael Nath is asking about is in this next crate. Let me go ahead and grab that. Autographs, I could actually have some pop up on Friday. Tomorrow is metal night. We're going to have mostly, though, regular records. There's only going to be about 40 or 50 metal records tomorrow night, and they're probably all going to be auctioned. That's most of what's in that crate or that picture that I posted. So I want everybody to know, the 104 people that's still watching right now, tomorrow night's going to be very much like tonight, like new vintage arrivals and new vinyl. The metal records, the metal LPs are mostly going to be only auctioned, and we only have like a full crate, and that's probably what's going to be auctioned. Autographs could be make an appearance tomorrow. I doubt it, but we probably will have some Friday. And of course, we have a lot that we're waiting to have authenticated next month. And that's like the Clapton, the Neil Youngs, the Van Morrisons, and all those we're going to have authenticated. Plus, we're finding more. We found, we got the Johnny Cash, some really cool. Got a couple I don't want to tell you all about yet, but we've got them. Let's find that Blondie picture disc for Michael, and it's right here. Sell this to Michael for $25. Sell that to Michael Nath. Okay. But yeah, anything else anybody saw from tonight, just let me know. I've went through all the Beatles collectibles. We've had another full-length show almost. What time is it? 10:21. Can't believe we've been live for 3 hours already. I went through those twice. I went through that. I think I've went through everything. I've sold all the 45s that was in the picture. Yeah, I've sold all the 45s that was in the picture. I have more over here. I sold a lot that wasn't in the picture, but I had those ready, and I'm going to work on a bunch more tonight. So we will be using JSA. We will be using JSA. I just got back some cards from PSA, but what we're going to do is there's going to be some stuff JSA might authenticate, and then there's some stuff that I think I want slabbed, like in a slab, and if JSA doesn't authenticate it, I'm going to send it to PSA. Oh, and tomorrow night we might have some of those backstage passes. Tomorrow night we'll have some of those backstage passes as well. So there should be, you never know, John and Paul are both here tomorrow. They may find more metal records. Actually, Paul's going tomorrow to buy records. He's going to buy a collection tomorrow night. But John, or if he gets here later, they actually might find metal in the back. You never know. But most of it's going to be auction, and then we're going to have a lot of buy it now crates. So I've got to let everybody know aware of that. Don't want everybody to tune out if you're not interested in metal, because it's going to be a lot of vintage stuff just like this. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to start working on pricing more stuff for tomorrow. So I'm going to start working on that right now. More stuff for tomorrow night's show. As always, thanks for watching. It's been a great Wednesday night. We'll be back tomorrow at 7. That's 7 o'clock Central Time. We'll be here for even more new arrivals. Metal night auctions, new vinyl, new vintage vinyl, etc., etc. So the door single sold. Yep. The door single is sold. That sold at auction, I think, for $27. First pressing of it. First label. Very cool. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and we will see you then.